to reject Glenn's report Monday failed due to lack of support, but a later vote to accept it passed narrowly by a 12-9 margin. Commissioner Gary Prater noted Glenn's verbal remarks essentially constituted the kind of report that was being requested. Glenn maintained he runs his department efficiently and honestly, despite criticisms. More local news is just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
You asked for it. The adventures of Caden and Newt are on their way, where I'll share Southern Legends recipes.
We're talking fried chicken, gumbo, sweets, and a little sass too.
The countdown's on. Stay tuned for Newt and Caden cooking up the South like you've never heard before. Newt's Barbecue, Rock Island, home of the legends.
Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 57. Thursday will be mostly sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 72. Chance of rain is 20%. Fun fact, peekaboo clouds are like the sun playing hide and seek. Now you see it, now you squint. 1 second you're warm and glowing, the next you're questioning your life choices in the shade. Keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
Don't stop. Keep dancing. Move to the beat. Dance all night.
Hello and welcome to the Warren County Sports Authority radio show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Man, I've just been caught completely off guard.
Yeah.
The headphones. I don't know what's going on here. I don't even know where these headphones come on. Hey, and apparently, just to make sure everybody knows this, the Warren County Sports Authority is powered by Reddick Brown Ford.
Power stroke power.
Vroom, vroom, baby.
Yeah, 5917 Manchester Highway. We will let y'all know that plenty of times tonight, the Red Brown. And what threw us off was...
Yeah, you got a little thrown off here.
Hey, do we need to, I guess they put it on Facebook. They want us to read it, I guess. Hey, this is a disclaimer. Before we dive in, just a quick reminder that the views shared on this show belong to the host. Main Street Media gave us the mics, not a script. Don't blame them for anything we say.
Don't blame them.
They are just as surprised as you are. So I guess Main Street Media is making sure to let everybody know.
What I love about that is the sponsor that's going to be doing that is going to like that. They wanted something a little bit more spicy than just a regular disclaimer.
That's like the Pat McAfee disclaimer that they have. And then at the end it says, P.S., please don't sue us.
Wow. So, in case y'all were wondering about Last Week Rewind, what's happened in the last week of the Warren County Sports Authority, we officially need to have a disclaimer before we get on the air anymore. So, I'm proud of it. Are you proud of that?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going places.
Listeners out there,
I've not heard that on anybody else's show.
No, I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know.
Do we need one for the
You
morning?
need one.
Yeah, Connor
needs his own.
I don't need a disc.
Yes,
they agree with everything I say.
If
you need an attorney on retainer.
The moment you put yourself on the screen, you need one. I'm just saying.
It's never him. It's always Harambe or something.
I think he had a new one this morning.
Did he?
Come out with a new one. Who's the new alter ego you had this morning on Raven Them show?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll go back
I'll
and
have to go
look
back
at the
and look.
comments. Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, man, Solons watches all the things.
He does.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, I mean, he C-Dub, man. Yeah, if
C-Dub.
anybody needs a disclaimer, I think it would be C-Dub. But apparently the Warren County Sports Authority, too. So, yeah. If you have any problems with what you hear on this, understand that the opinions of the Warren County Sports Authority are that of myself, I'm the host, Jeff Simmons, Trev, co-host, or host, and Chris Sullins, host. We have three hosts here. We don't really have co-hosts. We're either three co-hosts or we're three hosts. Right. There's no host and co-host.
We're the hostess with the mostest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The most to gain, the most to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like when you see the Warren County Sports Authority billboard, you see all three of us. When you see Town Talk, you still just see Raven. I don't know.
I was told that billboard is back up.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
back
by
up.
popular demand.
Yeah,
it was demanded.
Somebody said that they think Chad's paying double because they sat at the red light and they saw us 4 times.
I bet Chad's not paying double.
Well, hey, I'm telling you, man, right now, I'm just saying, we share the limelight on the Sports Authority. I mean, Raven might need to add Abby at some point.
When you get
back, poor Abigail.
Never gets any FaceTime at all.
When you go back to Last Week Rewind, we're going to bring up last week. Chad in the parking lot when we walked out, did you get the feeling like there's a chance this could be it for us?
We walk out, he's
Yeah,
pacing.
he was not in a good. He was not. He handled it well. But when I looked at him, I could tell he had spit some. He'd been spit some nails.
He was pacing, and I was like, "Hey,
slide over, Trev.
Oh, my bad. I was like, dang, I'm on vacation, boys. I'm gonna get out of here before.
I gotta get to the beach, boys.
Yeah, he looked like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
No doubt.
He was nervous.
There was some nervousness.
He was sitting there. I think he was kind of like, I think he was looking for service. He's like, my phone's about to ring.
Hey, this just in. If you get a very successful show and your boss owns the building and he's outside afterwards, it probably's not. It's not been a good night. Would you agree? Like he wasn't in the building; he was outside waiting on us. I got a kick out of that.
It was great job.
I felt the tone and left immediately.
You did get out of there really, really quick.
You got to know the room.
I had to go to the funeral home, and you still beat me out of the parking lot.
I thought at one point in time, I thought this is our funeral.
Yeah,
it was
over.
I missed it because I was gone.
Yeah, you got there.
See,
Hey,
the young blood said, "Oh, we got to get out of here."
Hey,
I just kept talking.
I was trying to get to the beach, boys.
hey, well, that's a little bit of a recap, but hey, just officially let y'all know that we're doing the Last Week Rewind, which is sponsored by Chris Springs Fireworks, and fireworks season is right around the corner, and Chris Springs Fireworks is ready. In season and in the off season, they are open year round. Not only do they have the top brands of fireworks, but they also carry a wider range of gender reveal items, wedding sparklers. Also located inside the Hot Corner Cards that has all the cards you need. But not only sports cards, they also have a large selection of Pokemon cards, from vintage wax packs to the 80s to brand new 2025 cards from all sports, located behind Chris Springs Market at 37 Chris Springs Road. Make sure you follow Chris Springs Fireworks on all social media. And Chris, let's get we're gonna get an extra updated ad read, because that one had a little bit about graduation season, and I think we're past it.
Yeah, hey,
Don't need the confetti cannons anymore.
No more ceremonies, Jeff?
No more ceremonies. Hey, you look behind you. You can knock on the door. I think you got our official Main Street Media interns looking to join the party over there. Hey, Elena, we can see you. How's it going, Elena? She's going to learn from Connor today.
We can't see a thing.
No,
I'm the only one that can see her.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, Last Week Rewind. We had one topic that dominated the conversation.
What was that? I can't remember.
Elementary basketball.
I'm gonna text Chad.
Elementary basketball. And let's just go ahead and say, we'll say exactly what you said at the end of that, which was, I think we finished that
We beat
conversation.
that horse. It's time to move on.
We did that. It went through. We talked all about it. And to the point where, like you said, we kind of got to it. And I will say this much: not a ton of feedback off of it over the last week. I think there was a lot. The only feedback I got was, I think y'all covered everything.
Yeah, and I think we did.
There wasn't a ton of, hey, really liked it. Hey, hated it. There was just a lot of, I think y'all just did a really good job of talking about the whole thing.
Well, I think a little bit of it is as far as if you liked it or didn't like it. I think we made the point of it's here.
Mm-hmm.
It's here to stay, and this is how it's going to be in this community going forward.
Yep. And then, of course, we can also point out over the last week that at the same time, I pointed this out on my show on Tuesday. If you thought we were a little bit harsh on anybody, or if you thought we were harsh specifically on the director of schools, Dr. Grant Swallows, don't be too sad for him. He's the Upper Cumberland Superintendent of the Year.
He had a pretty good week.
Yeah. Had a good
week. He recovered pretty well.
Yeah. In fact, I think that even leads us into another little bit of a segment that we do here, because let's get up. Oh, gotta pull this.
Go ahead, man.
Gotta be ready. Gotta be always ready. Trav's TNT Power Broker of the Week, sponsored by Napa and McMinnville. And from now until the end of May, Napa and McMinnville would like to let you know about their Milwaukee Power Tools.
Best power tools on the market, baby.
Yep. They have the M18 Milwaukee String Trimmer Kit that you can get a free quick lock attachment. Napa also has blowers and chainsaws. Need outdoor Milwaukee battery power? Think of Napa of McMinnville, the store on Beersheba Highway, located on 236 Beersheba Highway. See our guy Thomas and tell him the Warren County Sports Authority crew sent you. So, Trev, Napa McMinnville sponsors.
Hey,
who's our power broker?
This one we're hard on them. So when they do something right, we're going to give them their praise. And I think they made the right decision making the Morrison Gym the Slim Gym. It's going to go to Dr. Grant Swallows and the school board.
Yep. And I think that was a unanimous.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think, I had a couple of school board members reach out after we talked about it, and they were. I think everybody. The phrase I heard the most about that, no brainer.
Mm-hmm.
No brainer.
Yeah.
I think they hit it out of the ballpark. But hey, it's a no brainer. Everybody assumes that. But you still got to make it happen.
Still got to get it done.
And they got in a room, and they made it happen.
And they made it happen pretty quick.
Yes.
Maybe 6 to 8 weeks at the most. I applaud guys like Chris Cope, Tommy, Jarvis, Grant, Coach Bennett, Coach James Bennett, all the school, Mr. Judkins, all those guys, Mr. Brown, because it was unanimous. Something needs to happen, and I can't wait for opening night.
Oh man,
at the
in
Slim
Morrison
Gym.
At the Slim Gym.
Yeah,
that's going to be a gym that I'm going to be in that night.
Yep.
And can't wait for that to happen.
I also want to say it feels good to be back in my seat.
Were you a little lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of already on vacation, were you not?
I was.
Did you notice how Nunley just took it over?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all good.
He just said, "Hey, Trev, just go over and sit with."
It's all good.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even ask him either. He just popped down.
That's good. Hey, he's welcome anytime.
Nah, I think he was invited anyways.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Because we
wouldn't
didn't,
do that too,
we didn't realize your haircut was only going to take a minute and a half.
Hey, well, I got bumped up the list, man.
Yeah, I didn't know you had that kind of power at the haircut. Hey,
it's must-watch radio, man.
When we say last week rewind, I was wrong last week in a way.
Oh, we got
okay.
Prove us wrong.
Well, yeah, but no, Trev went down to what was it?
Gulf Shores.
Gulf Shores.
Yeah.
He's the only person at Gulf Shores, Alabama last week that was not at the Morgan Wallen concert, from my understanding.
That's about
what? I actually thought that's the reason he had went.
Yeah.
And come to find out, because I hammered on him. I said,
He did.
Go on vacation. You went to a Morgan Wallen concert.
When we booked it, we didn't even know that was going on.
And he said, no, man, I didn't go. I said, you didn't go? He
You
said,
go
"No."
all the way down there and don't even get any sand in your boots.
I mean, yeah, I got sand in my boots, but
but Morgan Wallen sings it, big man.
Hey, that should be a point of pride, Trev.
It actually it actually sounded better on the radio than it did on.
Really?
He sounded a little rough.
It's hard to throw chairs off the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't throw chairs downward.
Can't get your footing.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our first break, and when we come back,
Whoa.
Sullins has notes.
I've got some notes.
Sullins has notes, which means the Sullins rant of the week is going to be epic. But a reminder that the Warren County Sports Authority radio show is brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford, powered by Reddick Brown Ford, just so you know. We'll be back on 97.7 FM.
I hear people talking bad about the way they have to live here in this country, harping on the wars we fight.
The McMinnville Warren County Chamber of Commerce is more than a membership, it's a partnership. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your business to the next level, the Chamber connects you with the tools, resources, and connections you need to succeed. More visibility, better networking, and a stronger community. It's all waiting for you. Visit warrentn.com today and see how a membership can make a difference for your business. The McMinnville Warren County Chamber of Commerce, your key to success.
Here at Main Street Media, we love when you win our awesome prizes. In order to keep everything fair and share the love, please remember, only one winner per household every 30 days. Prizes are available for pickup within 30 days of winning. After that, they go back in the prize closet for regifting. And finally, remember, we are always recording for later playback on air. So when you win, be excited. Woo! Thank you and good luck from Main Street Media, where everyone's a winner.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply. Pioneer Building Supply, where good business makes good friends. Pioneer Building Supply.
Need a pick-me-up? Start your day at the Cafe at Tree City. Open daily from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. They serve rich, bold espresso, pulled to perfection. Pair it with one of their delicious treats for the perfect combo.
Their skilled baristas are passionate about crafting your perfect cup. Whether it's a classic latte or a refreshing cold brew, they've got your coffee cravings covered.
Short on time? Order ahead for quick pickup or curbside delivery. Your fresh coffee is just a sip away.
The Cafe at Tree City, your go-to spot for expertly crafted espresso drinks. Wake up, sip up, enjoy.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Wrong song.
Welcome back to the Warren County Sports Authority radio show, powered by Reddick Brown Ford.
Vroom, vroom.
Power stroke power.
Hey, you can take that short drive out on 55 out to Morrison and Reddick Brown Ford, which carries the largest selection and the best prices of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs in the area. Man, we love Reddick Brown Ford. In fact, it's right above my head right now. If I point up like there, but did I point to it, guys? Did I hit it? Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your hat.
No, I was pointing.
No.
Right there.
What?
Yeah, it says it right above my head if you're watching it on
We
Facebook.
got glass on the ceiling now or something?
Yeah. Rob Nunley on the comments said, hey, the Ben Lomond Connect message board.
Yes.
Rob Nunley has started us up. And I think we're going to get started up even further, but Rob said, I see how y'all are. Wait on the fat man to leave the building before you throw him under the bus. I mean, we didn't want the bus hitting us in the studio. Come on now.
What is his profile picture?
That's the great Les Nessman, dog.
You wouldn't know.
Don't even worry about it, man.
That would take a whole segment to let Trev know. No.
Yeah.
It's a TV show that you've never watched.
He's going to hammer me for that.
Yes.
Are you playing music back there, or is that coming through the door and everything?
It's coming through the door.
Okay, that's fair.
So I've got my mic off too. Whenever you're hearing that,
I was gonna say, man, I can hear. I hear music playing behind me. Apparently, just to make sure that we're doubly clear on this, because I didn't notice. I noticed the disclaimer on the Sports Authority page. I didn't notice that Radio WBMC had put one out there, so we'll make sure we read both of them before I guess we get to the Sullivan's Round of the Week. Just a quick note before we begin. The views and opinions expressed during this program belong solely to the host and do not necessarily reflect those of Main Street Media. We're here to encourage conversation, not controversy.
What?
That's what it says.
that is a wild.
That's what it says. What do you want me to say? I'm just reading the disclaimer.
You're the one who wrote them, Jeff.
Connor, do me a favor. Shoot the messenger. I need to hear the bullets.
Oh, yeah. I was like, it's going to take me a minute. My gun's at the house.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
They still hadn't hit anything.
Let's tee it up. Sullivan's Round of the Week, sponsored by Supreme Building Products. Locally owned and operated since 1963, Supreme is a full-service retail lumberyard offering quality products at competitive prices. What do you need for your next home improvement project, Trev? What about dimensional lumber?
Yeah.
What about roofing material?
Need it.
Benjamin Moore paint.
I need that.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Supreme has all that and more because the more you gotta follow the Reese's FYI Fridays for the latest weekly special. Shop local, shop Supreme Building Products, and your mic's still on. All right, Sullins, the deck is cleared.
Oh, the deck is cleared. We kind of
we've hit we've hit every disclaimer.
We've got every disclaimer out there, and like I said, we're not trying to crow. What was that line?
We're trying to encourage conversation,
not
controversy. Fair. Good luck.
I just need to cut my mic off now.
Hit the share button, folks.
First of all, I'm going to be the first one to apologize to Meals on Wheels for this reason. I didn't realize what this organization actually did. And I've told you both this. Started in 1977. Last year, they did 54,000 meals for this community. If you would have came and asked me, what does Meals on Wheels do on a weekly basis, I would have said, about 200 a week, maybe 150, 200. They're doing 230 meals a day.
It's unreal.
Times 5. I'm sitting with two guys right here that have volunteered time in those areas that when it was brought up, you guys kind of said, "Hey, this is something that we have done in the past." And I heard a lot of people talk about the volunteer efforts that go on with this organization. I just didn't know. I knew basically how money had been raised in the past, and of course, how some city and county had gave them money, but I didn't realize the depths of what this organization did. I'll be the first to say, I decided this week, and I talked to Nancy Mayfield. We talk about volunteering. We've talked about it before when we were in the basement. I'm going to be, we talked about being a conservative and liberal. I'm going to start being liberal with my time with Meals on Wheels. I'm going to start giving them my time. I'm somehow, some way going to find some time to help these people out for what they're doing.
It's good on you, Coach.
Okay? That being said, I understand point blank, and I have no issue with the city deciding not to give funding to Meals on Wheels. I understand that they made that decision, or they've made it in the past, and on first reading they've decided that they're not putting Meals on Wheels in their budget. I can understand that. I may not like it, but I can understand it. What I can't understand is how the highest elected official in this city, the mayor in this city, goes on public record in a public meeting and throws that organization under the bus. How does that happen? Now, I'm going to preface this by saying this. I just said 54,000 meals. I want somebody at home to get their calculator out because the mayor talks about he had a couple texts and phone calls about this. I want you to divide, and we're going to double. Let's say that he got 5 complaints. Let's now say he got triple that. He got 15 complaints in the past year. Divide that into 54,000 and tell me the percentage of that complaint. It's less than 0.0001%. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They delivered 54,000 meals, and somehow, some way, you and only you, because I've not heard, I made a challenge last night. Please tell me what that organization is doing wrong and where all the negative comments are coming. Because when this came out, I think this weekend, you've heard an uproar of people saying how well or how much this organization was doing.
Yep.
Okay? You are the leader of the city of McMinnville. I've asked this question to many people. I ask you first, and I've asked others. Can you see a mayor named Norman Roan saying that comment publicly?
No. He wouldn't do it.
Okay. Can you see Jimmy Haley, a guy that most people in this community still know? He's on back to the strip. He's doing all this community civic duty that he does. Can you see him doing that?
Not from behind the desk.
You can't do that you can't publicly do that. If you have a problem as the mayor of McMinnville with Meals on Wheels with 5 to 6 texts or phone calls, why don't you as a leader go to that organization and say, this is what we're hearing? Why throw them under the bus? It's over my head. You're the lead spokesman in this city. Tell me there's a higher office than the mayor. I'll wait.
I mean, the only one that you're going to – no office is higher. You could make the argument with the city administrator, the position in the city holds a lot of weight. But elected position in the city, no.
We live in a society today that complaining is something that's pretty easily done. Is that correct?
I agree.
Okay. Some of the complaints that were, and he doubles down in the Main Street Journal article.
Yep.
Does he not?
I believe so.
He pretty much says, those weren't my opinions. Those were the opinions of, but he was the one saying them.
Yep.
And then he says, and this is when there was a couple comments that I tried to make sure that we did some research on. He said the city aldermen all must have believed what he was saying. Is that what he said word for word, or you want me to read it word for word?
If you want to go ahead and hit it word for word, it wouldn't
Okay,
be the worst thing in the
here's
world.
what he
Just
says.
Make sure we're getting the quote
It's
completely.
obvious there are similar concerns by other board members because the finance committee did not vote to give them any money. I just said not voting to give them money is kind of totally different than what you did as a mayor. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to call some of these aldermen. I talked to some. I'm not. I told them I wouldn't give their names, but if somebody wants to go ask them, I'll guarantee you there's a couple that are going to say, yes, he talked to me. I can promise you these aldermen are not on the same page as he is.
Yep.
They have flat out said, that's not our voice. That's not what we're saying. We would not have handled it that way. In no shape or form or fashion would it have been done that way.
Yep.
The mayor made a controversy himself out of something this week that actually I didn't think you could take Trailers and Lagoon Drive off the front page. He did. That's impressive. It's impressive now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give him credit. I'm going to give him credit with that. Here's a couple of the last things that I'm going to say. He also brings up this, okay? And we're going to go back to our time in the basement. We're going to go back to that time in the basement now because, yeah, I had a good one. I remember I ranted on this. He talks about the amount of money that are being paid to the executives and employees of Meals on Wheels.
I know where this is going.
I was told that employment package for 6 employees is $128,000 for 6.
That's the number I've seen.
You've seen that too.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
128,000 for director or assistant director and 5 additional employees.
So that's 7 employees.
Yep.
5, you get 5 a director, assistant director. My bad. We want to make sure we correct ourselves.
Yep.
Now, back in November, we decided as a city that our city administrator needed a raise. And we had a city alderman that said, hey, he wants this much, but we're going to give him more. And the mayor said, that's perfectly fine. We'll just he actually wants $10. Hell, we're going to give him 15 just because that's the kind of people. Hey, we're so generous that we're going to give our city administrator more money than he asked for. Tell me I'm wrong.
It happened.
It happened. You're now sitting there saying you can't give this whole organization any money, which is totally fine, because you think $128,000 for 7 employees that are producing 54,000 freaking meals a year is too much money. Make it make sense, boys, because we're the common sense people in this community. Make it make sense, because 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4 right there.
Yep.
It's just not. And the last thing I'm going to say, and I got plenty more, but most people get my point right now. I had a guy look me square in the eye, and he said, Chris Sullins, you're just like the mayor. And I thought, man, I wouldn't have done that. He said, you two ain't never been hungry. And you know what? He's exactly right. I've never been hungry a day in my life. I don't know what this organization does because I've never been there. But I talked to countless people many, many times. I told you I was getting calls and texts. The amount of volunteers that do this, the amount of effort that goes into this every single week for people that are hungry and that are in need, and the smiles that are on their face. I can't tell you how many people said, these people help my aunts, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, all those people out. They were there, and they go unnoticed. And you know what? I don't think they ever want to be noticed.
No.
They're just doing it to serve. I applaud what they do. Mayor, do yourself a favor. Do not make comments like that in public anymore. And then I'm going to make another statement that'll probably get me in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's going to run against him if he runs again. And FanDuel says he ain't winning the mayor's office again. And I don't mean, and you know me.
I know.
I got no problem saying it.
Yep.
Those comments right there go to your...
You don't forget about
they're
those.
They're etched.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last thing I will say is there's a family that's gave 17,000 pounds of food to Meals on Wheels in the last decade. I called them personally. They live out on Highway 30. I said, you got any problems with what they do? He said, absolutely not. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. Now, I'm sure there's going to be, hey, like you say, there may be 5 complaints. They may be 0.000.1%. Yeah, that's probably happening. Hey, they give money away to nonprofits all the time. I mean, it's in their budget. They're doing that. You're telling me none of those nonprofits have ever had any kind of comments?
0.0000001 probably on those.
I would also do this, Mayor. Make sure you're not speaking. And when you say that you're speaking for your other aldermen, I would actually call them and ask them before you do that, because I have been told that is in no way, shape, form, or trash. Meals on Wheels, like I said, I apologize. We're going to help.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my time out. Hey, I got a lot of time.
I'll go with you.
I'm ready because it's a needed service.
Yep.
If you don't want to give money, the city totally understand. But do not throw an organization like that under the bus. That is as poor gets.
Yep.
That's all I got.
We're going to come back after the Sellers Round of the Week, sponsored by Supreme Building Products, and let you know that the Warren County Sports Authority is powered by Reddick Brown Ford. We'll be back after this commercial on WBMC 97.7 FM.
Talk Radio, WBMC News is next.
Come by Coffee Bank and Trust today and start earning better interest and better cash back on your primary checking account. Pair it with our Better Together Saver account and maximize your earnings. If you want better rates and better returns on your money, stop by and see us today at Coffee Bank and Trust, a division of Coffee County Bank, member FDIC.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage, moving your past to your future.
In the Main Street Journal news, the first public look at the Warren County Pioneers under new head football coach Eric Ballou will take place Wednesday, May 21st, during the Red vs. Blue scrimmage, which has now been moved to the Warren County High School practice field due to maintenance at Nunley Stadium. The scrimmage begins at 5 p.m., and fans are encouraged to bring lawn chairs. The team has been training since April 30 to prepare for the new era, featuring a revamped staff and a non-reason schedule with opponents like DeKalb County, Franklin County, and Stone Memorial. Due to a young roster full of rising sophomores, the spring game will follow a modified format. Varsity players will be in home uniforms, competing against scout teams in practice pennies. Coach Ballou emphasized the game will be full contact and competitive, lasting 60 to 90 minutes. The event also wraps up the team's spring donation fundraiser. While admission is free, donations are encouraged. More local news and local sports are just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
Ascension St. Thomas River Park is here to listen to you because caring for you is our #1 priority. Ascension care teams start by understanding you, your health, and your life to deliver care that's right for you. Now offering cardiac CT angiography services, a non-invasive cardiac exam that looks at the blood vessels that supply blood to the heart and can detect if plaque has narrowed the coronary arteries. The compassionate, personalized care you've come to expect is right here in McMinnville. We're more than just a hospital, ER, and a clinic. We want to give you hope, health, and strength.
Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 57. Thursday will be mostly sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 72. Chance of rain is 20%. Fun fact, peekaboo clouds are like the sun playing hide and seek. Now you see it, now you squint. 1 second you're warm and glowing, the next you're questioning your life choices in the shade. Keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
Hello and welcome back to the Warren County Sports Authority show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Warren County Sports Authority radio show is powered by Reddick Brown Ford. If I can
Power
get my
stroke
mic
power.
Vroom, vroom.
Can't get my mic to work. Hey, let's go over here and let's introduce something that is a very, very meaningful thing on our show anymore. That's the Ben Lomond Connect message board.
Message board.
From now until May 31st, get a free smoke, heat, and CO detector with your new Ben Lomond security system, an almost $200 value. For more information or get a free layout and quote, call your local Ben Lomond Connect office or go to benlomondconnect.com. That is license number 1560. Joe, was there a comment?
Yeah. Shay Taylor. He had a pretty good one.
Well, hey, let's go back into it. Let's go there.
Not O.J. Simpson had a good one, too.
Shay Taylor. We still talking about mobile homes or not?
Depends on how wide it is.
Hey, we got a lot. We still got a lot of time. We hadn't even got to OT yet. John Neal says, "Well said, Chris," about
Absolutely.
the rant. Joe Montgomery says, "Fantastic show. Thank you so much."
Thank you, Mr.
Joe.
Joe.
Rob Nunley. I like this one.
Who is Rob? None.
never heard of him.
Trending stance on the Warren County Sports Authority lately. It's not necessarily what they did; it's how they did it.
Yep.
I think that's a lot of there. Trey Butler says the aldermen that say that's not their voice need to speak up if that's true.
I don't disagree with that.
Also said should be the mayor.
I think he was talking about Chris.
Yep.
No, that's not going to happen.
He don't even live in the city. Oh wait, yeah,
I
do.
do.
I just thought he lived in his office building, man.
Well, some would say
some of that too.
Rumors. All right, and then so let's jump in to another segment there, and that is, hey, just take your medicine.
Take your medicine.
Take your medicine.
Take it.
And we're going to stay on the same topic.
Oh, are we?
But hey, take your medicine. So here's the thing. Nearly 4 in 10 men over 45 have low testosterone.
Is this true?
That's what I'm reading right here. But men in their 40s with higher T levels experience sharper thinking, better mood, leaner muscle, and lower body fat. Don't brush it off. If you feel off, you might be right. Visit NamasteMcMinnville.com and take the first step to feeling like yourself again. Right. Namaste Wellness and Aesthetics is located on Omni Drive.
Rob still thinks you're talking about him.
Did he say?
No, I'm just
something.
Oh, he said, golly.
Is he a Namaste member?
I can guarantee.
Sources. Prove us wrong, Rob. We'll wait.
Show those receipts, Rob.
Trey Butler said yes. Clarifying in the Ben Lomond Connect message board, he says yes. Chris needs to run is what I meant. Sorry, guys. No problem. I figured this way, man.
The show gets moving too fast sometimes, and we don't get to the comments right away.
There wasn't a time to stop Chris and be like, hey,
whoa.
Yeah. So who needs to take their medicine? I think Chris already kind of pointed that out.
He might have gave some medicine.
He might have dosed out a little medicine there. It's the mayor for the comments. And hey, look, here's the thing that I'll say here. He's going to be sitting in one of y'all's two seats tomorrow. He's coming on the Simmons Says show at 9 a.m. And he can do one of two things. He can triple down on this stance because he said it, and then he doubled down in the Main Street Journal article that Rob wrote, and he can triple down on it, and he can bring in more facts, and maybe he brings in the pictures and all that, and that's fine. Or you have to start, but I think there's a problem. The problem that he's going to run into is this. You can have all the facts that you want on that, and you might have the 5 instances, the 20 instances. I still think to get to 1%, you're going to have to find 540.
That's what I was fixing to say. That'd be 540 instances. And let's be honest, in everything that we do, there's going to be some complaining.
Yeah,
correct?
It's just like, hey, somebody's
so
always
if
going to
somebody
complain.
says, hey, Trev, if Farm Bureau, you work there.
Yeah.
If they get it right 99% of the time, you have a pretty good week.
Oh, yeah.
What about here? We get it right 99% of the time.
We like to get it right 99% of the time. That's nice.
You had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
That means you had 540.
Yeah.
We're talking about 4 to 5.
Yeah,
That's tough.
When you're starting to get it right 99.99999% of the time, you're having a really good week. We love that in the insurance game, I'm sure.
Yes.
But hey, here's what the thing with the taking your medicine on it. You can have the facts. Again, Chris pointed out, we're not arguing about the money.
Nope.
Because the allocations and the things like that, they're not set in stone.
Nope.
You can go. The Meals on Wheels can show up and try to and ask. I think Rob told us before the show 3 people were in this same position last year. Sit in front of it and said, "Hey, we really think we need that money," and 2 out of 3 ended up getting money by doing that. So they still have a chance to get the money if they can make an impassioned plea. I think the people are making the impassioned plea for them right now. Here would be what I would, and this is what I'll tell Rob. I mean, we're giving him an early preview of what he can be ready for tomorrow. This is about, we talked about transparency last week. I think he was transparent with his thoughts. But this was almost a Dave Chappelle skit where it's when keeping it real goes wrong. Because you said something out loud that I'm like, well, where you're sitting, it's tough to sit there and say that. And then all of a sudden, because there's a little bit of power behind that. I mean, we're putting disclaimers on our radio show, and nobody elected me into this seat. There's people that elected you into that seat. Now, he ran unopposed 2 years ago. He didn't in 2020. People put you in that seat. They put a little power behind that. I think they expect a little bit of decorum. And in two different topics in the span of one night, I think they thought didn't get a lot of that.
Well,
and I think that's where you're going to have to take the medicine regardless. And we'll talk about that tomorrow.
And you know what? I'll definitely. When I say listening, I don't. Usually, I don't do it through the first Facebook. I do it through the app. The app's great. Yep. Put your earbud in.
Yeah, get it. Yeah,
in
the shop.
Works well. Yeah, it works well.
I don't know, like how to. I'll just go on what Coach said about me volunteering time. In the past, that's something I've done through my church with my parents when I was younger, and we delivered meals at the towers, on the Burstwood Towers. Yeah. We delivered some meals at the Burstwood Towers and went door to door for some of those people that live over there, and the joy that was on their face. Because I was a young kid, so seeing a kid, and I know around Christmas time we would sing Christmas carols. Around Halloween, I'd be dressed up. You know, they enjoyed that. Might be a 2 to 3 minute interaction,
but it was an interaction.
It was, yes.
It was an interaction.
I don't know how to add to what you guys are saying about that, but just the impact that Meals on Wheels has on people's lives on a daily basis. I had no idea that it was 230 meals a day.
That's pretty unreal.
12 routes?
Well, it's 12 routes, and it's funny because Jeff knows I made this. I called some restaurants. How many meals do y'all do a day as a restaurant? You're in the business world.
Yeah.
You'll hear 100, 150, maybe 200.
Right. That's depends on the day.
Yeah. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yep. That's 230, and you're having to deliver them, every single one of them. And again, too, I mean, like I've actually done the Meals on Wheels route. When I worked at Security Federal, the tellers would go on the route. That Security Federal took one.
How long does it take you to do a route like that?
I think, if I remember correctly, it was basically I worked my normal. I would come in and work my normal, which was 7:45. Go in, go get the route, and we did it until about my lunch. So I think it was like 4 hours.
4 hours, okay.
Yeah. Something like that. And you had probably somewhere between 20 and 25 houses, and you go see that. And again, there's no reason. I'm going to say one name because we've already brought this name up earlier today. You don't really want to tell the. I mean, you're not trying to. You're not trying to out. You're not trying to out that. I'll say this much: I'm about 99% sure that they also took care of my great grandmother, and my mom could verify that. But I remember her getting meals, and I'm assuming that they were probably from Meals on Wheels. But there was a name that you said earlier today, that we talked about earlier, Slim. He was on the route that I went to, and again, I'm not trying to air out anything. I'm just telling you that Slim was there. And I remember seeing Slim, and I think Slim was very appreciative of Meals on Wheels.
Yes. I'm glad you bring that up because one of the people I talked to today, and people see through this, that knew Slim very well during his life, gave me a great Slim story. It's during Christmas time.
Yeah.
And this sounds just exactly like Slim.
Yeah, it does.
He had his teams.
Yeah, he was
loyal.
loyal.
Don't mess with his team.
No, he was loyal.
I found out that he had another team today, Morrison, Warren County. During Christmas time, let's say maybe Christmas Eve, the day before, a organization brought Slim some prepackaged food and left it on his doorstep. And one of his caregivers came over and took it in the house. Slim asked that caregiver to take that food back outside. And they kind of let Slim know like it was a Christmas present. And he said, I don't do business with them. I do business with Meals on Wheels. I'm on the Meals on Wheels team.
Yeah.
So if it's not for Meals on Wheels, don't bring it to me. That kind of tells you how a guy like Slim understood how appreciative and what they were doing. So I don't want to overstep it. I don't want to make this a Meals on Wheels telethon because that's not what it's about.
No.
What I'm saying is understand what those organizations do. Understand what all your nonprofits are doing. The Senior Center, all those other ones, Young Men United. Those people are doing great services for your community. And if something goes wrong with one of those services, go to those people in private.
Right.
Don't
go have
publicly.
go have a conversation.
Just have a conversation.
Yeah, we're going to hit the Ben Lomond Connect message board before we take our last break on the radio show. Suzette York says, I learned about Meals on Wheels as a young child through my youth group. We are going to have to teach the younger generation to keep volunteering going. And I think Chris has just pointed that out. Hey, we're going to be back after the break here on the Warren County Sports Authority on WBMC 97.7 FM. Hey, we're powered by Reddick Brown Ford.
Come on in and see how good it feels.
You'll always be treated right when you arrive at Ed Rogers Chevrolet with the new Chevrolet and vehicles, plus a great selection of quality used vehicles. At Ed Rogers Chevrolet, there's also an outstanding service department, proud to be family-owned for over 50 years.
So come on in and see how good it feels.
Get that great feeling of saving money today at Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta and EdRogersChevy.net.
I'm Rob Nunley, editor-in-chief of the Main Street Journal. When you want the stories that matter to you, the Journal's bringing all the local coverage you crave, and we're bringing it straight to your screen every day. If you want to stay in the know about local politics, sports, events, and more, the Journal's experienced staff of reporters is your go-to source. So visit mainstreetjournal.llc to subscribe today for unlimited access to all our local content. Check out the Journal. Once again, that's www.mainstreetjournal.llc. Subscribe now.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Remember how your grandmother cooked all those special meals that you ate all your life? Well, I was spoiled. My grandmother and my mother both prepared meals for me daily.
And if you're lucky, Newt might just share a story with you.
If not a story, I'll give you or share a piece of Mary Etta's cobbler. How about that?
Newt's Barbecue in Rock Island and now McMinnville. Eat with the legends. More adventures from Caden, the Coca-Cola Crate Kid, and Newt's Barbecue. At Redmond's Carpet, they offer a wide range of flooring options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the softness of carpet, the durability of hardwood, the versatility of tile, or the affordability of vinyl, we've got you covered. We also offer luxury in vinyl plank, LVP, for those who want the look of hardwood with added durability. Serving McMinnville since 1969, Redmond's Carpet, 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900 for your next flooring option. Redmond's Carpet.
It's the Ben Lomond Security Red Alert Special. Grab a free combination smoke, heat, carbon monoxide detector with your new Ben Lomond Security service. This is close to a $200 value for free when anything is detected. The combo detector triggers all other detectors audibly and visually in the system to quickly alert your family or coworkers. Feel more secure at home or the office knowing that Ben Lomond Security works around the clock for you. For a free quote and design layout, contact your local Ben Lomond Connect office or visit benlomondconnect.com. Some exclusions may apply. License number 1560.
Talk Radio WBMC McMinnville, 960 AM and 97.7 FM. WBMCRadio.com.
This guy.
He's got jokes tonight. Yeah. Hey, we're back on the Warren County Sports Authority here on 97.7 FM WBMC. Of course, the Warren County Sports Authority is powered by Reddick Brown Ford.
Power stroke power.
Vroom vroom, baby.
Hey man, I told Connor. I think I saw a post where they got a new sales manager. We're gonna
I saw
have to
that,
get a new ad
Yeah,
read for the sales manager too, because we know the service manager out there, Jordan, taking care of people. You can schedule that service at ReddickBrownFord.com. Guys, let's do before we get off the radio portion of here. I think we're contractually obligated to talk sports at least like for 5 minutes.
Is that in our title?
That's what they say.
So I got an avoiding disaster that gets us into the sports. And sponsored by Adam Wood at Farm Bureau. His office is located right across from the Country Club Market in the shopping center, and the phone number is 931-668-7075. It's a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs.
Hey, come out there. Let's quote your business. That's all we ask.
Look at that guy.
You get a lot of phone calls today with the weather.
We did. Really not as what you would think.
Well, that's
good. It's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
It's a
It's
great
always
thing.
a good thing. Yeah. My avoiding disaster right now, the WNBA.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because they have a good thing going.
They do.
Because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, this rivalry and their popularity, each one of them, can really make something.
Yep.
But we can't turn this into a race war every single time that they get off the court with one another. I mean, did you see the play?
Yeah.
That's a hard foul. That's a hard take foul.
Yeah. And if you watch the entire play, in which, hey, officials missed things, Reese did have a pretty good push in the back.
Yeah.
Where basically she was taking a young lady out of the play to rebound the ball. Clark, it looked like to me, did something you'd want a lot of your teammates to do.
Took up for a
Took
teammate.
up for a teammate. That's athletics. That's
a
sports.
teammate. That's a
That's
teammate.
competition.
Yeah. And the thing to me is like, I didn't really have a problem with Angel Reese at LSU when she was taunting Caitlin Clark for when they won the championship. She won.
Yes.
Hey, talk it. You walked it. Talk
it.
But right now we're really just into the point where I'm like, you're making yourself into a pretty big topic, but it sometimes becomes the wrong reason. What? Oh, not OJ. He showed back up tonight.
Yeah.
He
said,
"No,
hold on,
we're good. We're good. Yeah, go ahead. What do you say, Trev?
What do you say, Trev? In the Ben Lomond Cadet message board
A little earlier, not to get us off topic, he said, "I thought Meals on Wheels was what Jeff just called DoorDash."
Not OJ's on it.
See, y'all get to see it.
Yeah.
If I don't see it pop up right in front of me. But no.
He did good.
I agreed with, hey, look, that rivalry should be really good for that.
Yeah.
Really good for the sport.
And I'll tell you something else that I had no problem with. Yeah. The hard foul.
Yep.
And Angel Reese saying, you're
Yeah.
not going to foul me like that.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, that's kind of, I don't want to say the WNBA is ever going to get to where the NBA is at. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. No. But that's kind of what the NBA was kind of built on. Like, hey, you foul me hard, I'm coming back at you. And it bred competition. Mm-hmm. It was the Bird Magic type deal, and it kind of grew. And then you had the Pistons, and with Jordan, the Jordan rules. Mm-hmm. It was a physical game.
See,
I like that a little bit.
So you're saying Caitlin Clark is
I didn't say that.
It's Bird Magic. It's Bird Magic.
I will say this. If there's one young lady I will watch.
Absolutely.
There's something about her when she drains them for about 32.
Yeah,
I'll give her credit.
I thought she was going to bring them back the other night against Atlanta. She hit 2 gigantic long threes, and I was like, good. I was like, here she goes.
She's built different.
But you're exactly right.
I think she's already tied the record in WNBA history for 20-point 10 assist games.
In 42 games.
She's already tied the record.
The record holder, it took 471.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And she has the third most triple doubles in league history.
Was it Sue Bird or somebody? But like when all the hype she had in college was basically like, hey, this ain't that.
Yeah.
Well, this is that.
No, it's Bird and Tarasi both said that. They was like, hey, you get it in, and I'm like, hey, she's figured it out quick.
But you're right. They've got some momentum, but what you don't want to do is it to be that on a nightly basis, because it can't be that.
No, it doesn't need to, because you're starting to get a little bit of star power. I mean, like you said, if you want to call them the Bird Magic rivalry that brought you to the forefront, then you add Buchers from UConn, who's the rookie, who's really, really good. We know coming up that, and I think she's hurt right now, but the Juju Watkins girl from USC, who's really, really good, really, really talented. And you're getting more and more of those girls over and over. Like, this is a league that I coach girls basketball. I'm invested in girls basketball. 5 to 10 years ago, I probably couldn't have quoted you 5 or 10 players unless they played at Tennessee or UConn.
That's what I was going to say.
Other than that, I didn't know. But now you're like, hey, you look at there and you're like, oh, is that Cameron Brink.
Yeah.
Like you start looking at it and you're like, hey, I know these girls. I know these women. I know these women. Yeah. Competition is Ben Lomond Connect board here. Cody message board. Cody Darrell Campbell says competition is fine, but that's no rivalry. Caitlin Clark can be Bird. Angela Reese is more like Dennis Rodman.
I understand what you're
comparatively,
saying.
skill set wise, I'm not going to argue with that.
right.
I'm just saying the popularity of their rivalry should be uplifting the WNBA.
Yeah, don't
not,
turn it into the wrong.
Yeah, not
the
not
wrong
making
conversation.
making it into like every single time. It's like it becomes the worst of the vile hatred. And I'm like, I thought they don't like each other.
And you know what?
It's not that hard to figure out.
They don't like each other. There's nothing wrong with that when it comes to competition.
No.
I mean, let's be honest. The Eagles don't like the Cowboys, right?
they
I mean,
don't.
that's just kind of how it works.
They don't.
But let's not say that there's something that's not there. They just don't like each other.
Yeah, it's not.
And that's fine.
And that's okay.
It's sports.
It's exactly what it is. It's sports and it's fun. I really like that was the first game of the year. And I was sitting there flipping through. I was trying to look for. I was like, "Hey, I want to watch that." And I watched for about a quarter. I'm like, I really wanted to watch that game because of those two. And then after the end of the game, I'm like, "Man, why do we have to go there?" But hey, we're gonna sign off for the radio portion here of the Warren County Sports Authority radio show, and we're powered by Reddick Brown Ford. And again, Jordan, the service manager at Reddick Brown Ford, and his team are making car care easy with complimentary pickup and delivery to get your car or truck serviced. Certified technicians that will do the job right. You can schedule service at reddickbrownford.com. Again, we're going to wrap up the radio portion, but we will be back on OT in just a second with the Warren County Sports Authority radio show.
Need a pick-me-up? Start your day at the Cafe at Tree City. Open daily from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. They serve rich, bold espresso, pulled to perfection. Pair it with one of their delicious treats for the perfect combo.
Their skilled baristas are passionate about crafting your perfect cup, whether it's a classic latte or a refreshing cold brew. They've got your coffee cravings covered.
Short on time? Order ahead for quick pickup or curbside delivery. Your fresh coffee is just a sip away.
The Cafe at Tree City, your go-to spot for expertly crafted espresso drinks. Wake up, sip up, enjoy.
Looking for something unique, local, and just a click away? Discover MainStreetShopper.llc, your one-stop online marketplace featuring the best products and services from local businesses right in your community. From local boutiques to auto care, spa services, and everything in between. There's always something new to explore. New items added every week, so check back often and support local with every purchase. Shop smart, shop local. Visit MainStreetShopper.llc today.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business makes good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Need service for your Ford but short on time? Hi, I'm Service Manager Jordan Shank at Reddick Brown Ford, where we make it easy with complimentary pickup and delivery. Whether it's routine maintenance or repairs, we'll come to you, take care of your vehicle, and bring it right back, all without interrupting your day. Experience stress-free service from a name you trust. Schedule your appointment now at ReddickBrownFord.com. Reddick Brown Ford, where convenience meets quality care.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
From the WBMC studio in McMinnville, Tennessee, you're listening to Town Talk with your host, Raven Young.
Hello, welcome back to the Warren County Sports Authority OT.
OT, baby.
Still powered by Reddick Brown Ford.
Power stroke power.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah. Hey, guys, one thing that I guess
we got to read it again.
Yeah, let's make sure.
Yeah, let's make sure.
Again.
They probably put it on Facebook
next week.
again.
Sponsor next week.
You're gonna sponsor. You're
Sponsor
gonna
next week.
get it sponsored.
We're going to have it four sponsors. We got 4 different.
Do you want me to read the
disclaimers.
first one or the second one?
Let's read them both.
Yeah.
Read them both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double coverage.
Yeah, double coverage.
Just let everybody know. Let everybody know that before we dive in, just a quick reminder that the views shared on this show belong to the host. Main Street Media gave us the mics, not a script, except for this one, apparently. Don't blame them for anything we say. They're just as surprised as you are. So, yeah, don't blame Main Street Media for anything that was said on here. And again, and the other one, I really like the second one.
Yeah, I do too, really.
I really like the second one. I might even like it
yeah,
even better.
yeah.
Was
encouraging conversation.
Yeah, just a quick note before we begin. The views and the opinions expressed during this program belong solely to the host, Jeffrey Simmons, Chris Sullins, and Trevor Evans, and do not necessarily reflect those views and opinions of Main Street Media. We're here to encourage conversation, not controversy. There you go.
Sometimes, never mind. Never mind.
Oh,
have we said
mercy.
anything yet that's going to have the boss man walking, pacing in the parking lot?
Probably.
Okay.
All right, we have decided one thing, Connor. For the OT break, I don't think you need to put the screen up. I think we need to just keep it so you, even if people aren't even if people can't hear us talking, they can see all the motioning and everything.
So they can guess what we're talking about.
Connor, please put up not OJ's comment. Please put up not OJ's comment.
On the Ben Lomond Connect message board. Hey, and the Ben Lomond Connect message board, Shay Taylor said Jeff must be door dashing. That was a long break.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Meals on wheels.
Lackluster and disappointing.
Oh, mercy. And he also pointed out, it sounds like y'all are going to the principal's office tomorrow. No.
Oh, we were there this week. I was there for a while.
What was the comment that not OJ was posting? The opinions on the show are just like the players in the WNBA, lackluster and disappointing.
Yeah.
Man,
that not OJ guy.
That's mean.
He's rude.
Cannot OJ win the Mud Bumps Hot Wings Hot Take? Because he's got my vote this week.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know about that. I think Shay Taylor's running around with the principal office.
Shay's got a pretty good one.
He's got a pretty good Mud Bumps Hot Wings Hot Take. In fact, hey, we may need to make sure we thank our sponsor of the Mud Bumps Hot Wings Hot Take, and that's Mud Bumps.
Yep.
Thank you, Mud Bumps.
If you want hot takes, you're on the right place. And on Wednesdays at Mud Bumps, hey, if you want the hot takes, you're in the right place. You want good wings or just any kind of good specials? Head over to Mud Bumps. Hey, on Wednesdays, they have pizza and wrap Wednesday. You can, after 4 p.m. until close, you can get a one-topping pizza for just $6.99 or get 10% off all wraps. We enjoyed
that pizza.
Right before, and in fact, I think it's gone.
It is.
And some wings.
Talked to Brett last week, man. He's ready for the remote. He said, y'all just tell me when. He said, we'll get it set up.
Well, I'm telling you, he's got it looking good over there. Got the pavilion.
Yeah, they're
got it covered.
He said, just say the word.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one for you, Connor. Is like Honest McFarland, is he kin to not O.J. Simpson? I didn't know because that was the.
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't know. Honest McFarland
that the other
was the
one?
guy this morning. Yeah.
Honest McFarland.
Honest McFarland. He gets up early.
He does. He's an early riser.
Yeah. Not O.J.
O.J.
has to sleep
sleeps in.
Yeah.
He's been on Simmons' show.
Not O.J. does a lot of work at night.
Yeah.
He works. He quote unquote works third shift.
Yeah. Nunley did bring up the meet and three at Mud Bums on Monday was out of sight. Me and Nunley went over there.
Did you?
Yeah.
How about y'all tore that up?
No. No. Brett, I haven't talked to you about it. Yeah. I'm sorry. I did pull the owner's my brother card.
Did you?
Nunley goes through and gets a meat and three. And he was like, man, that meatloaf looks good. Those chicken tenders look really good. He's like, I guess I'll get the meatloaf. And he gets the meatloaf, and I think he got like
meatloaf.
He got like some beans and squash, fried squash, and some mashed potatoes. And I go through and I'm like, hey, just a reminder, my brother's the owner. And they're like, well, what meat do you want? I'm like, both.
Power broker.
And then I was like, hey, I'll take some mashed potatoes and some mac and cheese and some beans. And they're like, okay. And they're like, do you want to roll it? And I was like, and throw some squash on there too.
Yeah, this guy.
So I had a 2 meat and 4.
He didn't have a plate. He had more like a platter. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
The training for the 5K is going tremendous, boys.
Hey, it's carbo loading, dog.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about it in a while.
Question.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Speaking of training,
yep.
When are we doing bungee?
June 12th.
Yes, you're available. Yes, you're available.
I'm available.
Connor,
June 12th is a bungee class.
Yeah,
there,
Connor tried
Elena.
to get out of it because of.
So is Jeff out? Is Jeff out?
No.
Yeah, no. Hey, Elena's taking my spot.
No.
Hey, Jeff.
What's up?
Like I said, if that happens, you'll never have a producer on your. No, actually, you will have a producer. I know the exact person.
Ooh. I'm good, man.
But I'm saying is.
No, AJ will come in.
I was watching one morning on Thursday, headed down to the beach, and Abby got in the comments and said, weight limit's $3
Hey, that's what I was saying.
Well, but now she come up with that her father, and I know her father really well, so I'm going to trust what he says.
If she says she can make it work,
well,
I'm in.
They're saying that you can drive a skid steer on top of the building. I don't know what that means as far as hooking
Please don't.
I love the fact Shay Taylor on the Ben Lomond Connect message board said Jeff's a one-man buffet record.
The owners of Ming tremble whenever Jeff.
He's getting so close.
You leave now. You've been here 4 hours. Leave now.
Oh,
in his own brother's restaurant. He got kicked out of his own. He got kicked out of his own house.
Oh no, the best one was we go to breakfast and they have a breakfast They have a breakfast bar.
They
double down.
For us, it's a bar.
Yeah.
For him, it's a buffet.
No, I go over there and I get the breakfast bar.
Yeah.
And it's way too much food.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you get 4 items for like $10. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that's way too much.
Yeah.
But anyways,
That's the
I
first
get
time
it.
he's been up for breakfast in a long
Dude,
time.
I get up at 8 a.m. every day.
I had to. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So we're sitting there, and it was my brother's birthday on
Yeah,
Sunday.
okay.
So we had met over there.
Yeah, happy birthday, Brett.
Yeah. Nobody posted on Facebook. I don't think anybody listens to my day show.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Thanks, Connor. Appreciate that. It's really good. Let's not point that out. Hey, the view time looks great. The viewers, I don't know. The people that watch really love it.
Yeah.
I guess. Anyways, we're sitting there, and I did finish. And I was sitting there like, oh, yeah, I think. And then my stepmom goes, my dad goes, oh, you can just go get more if you want to. And I was like, it's not a buffet. And Brett goes, oh, yeah, you can go get more. I was like, oh, really? He goes, yeah, they're just going to keep charging you. Hey, good businessman, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they're just going to keep charging you per
want.
item.
Get as much as you want.
You should have used those gift cards.
Yeah, good to use
Hey,
those.
could you use? I like that. I used the gift card for the
breakfast
buffet.
buffet. That's not a buffet.
Yeah.
None of you are. Shay Taylor brings a 5-gallon bucket and a straw for his Diet Pepsi. And hey,
That's
Shay,
possible.
Yeah.
Hey, Shay.
Yeah, I like that, Shay.
Shay, Ben Loman Connect message board. Mud Bums has Diet Pepsi.
Oh, we're
Hey,
going somewhere.
They do.
hey, whoa.
And I was very pumped about it.
We need that sponsorship, Jeff. Don't be throwing shade.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Love that Diet Pepsi over there.
What, are we getting a Diet Pepsi sponsor? Hey,
we talked a lot about.
Here, let me
Pepsi
get rid of
the
this
other day.
can.
Get rid of those, man. Come on now.
Hey, I'll color grade it blue.
Nunley does point out something though. He goes, Jeff gets free food playing the brother card, but then the editor in chief has to pick up the tab. He did buy the meal too. I got doubly free food. I got extra food, and then Nunley bought the food that I had to pay. That I was supposed to pay for.
And the brother doesn't realize that Nunley got charged.
Yeah.
They probably so. Hey, he's going to
got
pick up
2
the tab.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, put a little bit of extra on him. Maybe he won't know. Now I think our meal was like $20. I was like, hey, this is not bad.
It's not bad. Hey.
I was like 2 meat and 3s and a drink for like $20. I was like,
Make
that's
it
not
work.
bad at
That's
all.
you can't find that these days.
Yep. Hey, Leslie was there. She was.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was nice. She was friendly. I think everybody. She was killing it.
Good.
Yep, that's what Nunley just said it on the Ben Loman Connect message board. Said, but to Mud Bums' credit, fed 2 big men for $20.
You think
skid steer guy?
Skid steer guy. Bobcats.
Selling. Explain to me why I should be really offended by that, because I'm
looking at the average weight.
I'm looking. I have a idea of what a Bobcat skid steer is, but
you don't know.
Yeah, but here's what's funny. I was typing. I was typing this in here, and she basically said, Abby said, her father said it would hold a bobcat up, which I know that means bobcat skid steer.
Yeah, he's thinking the cat.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to explain this to Simmons because he doesn't know what a he'll just think it's a bobcat that's out in the country.
He's like, that's 27 pounds.
Yeah, so what?
All right, Jeff, do you fall between 2,000 and 10,000 pounds?
That's a
ton? Before or after the buffet? Before or after the buffet?
That's a good question.
I mean, I feel like I've explained my weight as I weigh a ton, but I don't think I weigh an actual ton.
But you know, you're gonna have to over-explain for them on the morning show.
Oh,
you can't use references like that, Jeff. Too early in the morning for those two.
Sorry.
Look up a skid steer, Jeff.
I'll look. Yeah, I can hook up my computer and do it real quick. But yeah, my dad did just text me too and said, "Hey, remind everybody who paid for that meal on Sunday too."
I was gonna say
it wasn't me.
When's the last time you paid for a meal?
Old 4 office over there.
Dort, it's been a while. Look at him. Hey, digital creator over there. He walks in places. They're just throwing money down.
Public figure.
Public figure.
It's funny you say that too because Nunley bought my meal on Monday. Scott and Chad bought my meal today. They probably don't want me telling everybody here. Actually, I think they wanted to take they called and I think they wanted to take Elena out to lunch. I was like, And they were like, "Oh yeah, bring Elaine and we'll go to lunch." I was like, "She's already there." I think they were already committed.
Oh,
they were like,
they're pot committed.
But
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh well, if you want to go to lunch, just go."
They wanted Elaine, got stuck with Jeff.
I was like, "Hey, we're going to do
What
something."
a disappointing.
They're sitting there
Yeah.
like they wanted to do something really nice for the intern, and I was like, "Well, she's not here." And then they were like, "Oh well,
Well, come on.
do you want to go to lunch?"
Jump the truck.
$30 and under, Jeff.
No, we walked. We walked.
Oh, where'd y'all go?
We walked down the main street.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, so you're
Hey,
training for the
I did,
5K. Attaboy.
Attaboy.
Hey, I got in
I like
seven.
it.
I got in 7,000 steps yesterday.
Hey.
Yeah, we've started basketball practice again.
Ooh.
So I started. Yeah, so I'm getting my steps in now
Getting
for sure.
steps in now.
Yeah, but no, but no, I'm sitting. Is it bad that I can't think of the last time I went to a diner and actually picked up the tab?
Must be nice to be a public figure.
Yeah, I'm
man.
telling you.
Must
know,
be
Hey,
nice.
you can't friend him on Facebook, and you got to buy his meals everywhere you go.
We need to ask ChatGPT about him.
Yeah, what's ChatGPT got to say about him now?
Tell me about Jeff
Don't
Simmons.
you dare call me.
I'm already on it, dog.
Please, T-Dub.
Attaboy, see?
Don't you dare, man. People.
Does he like animals? Does he have animals? Does he? I'm not going there.
If it pops up in ChatGPT, he
has Cat Mahomes?
Yeah.
It name drops.
Very fun.
Name drops
Very
his
fond of
cat.
his cat Mahomes. Of his cat named Cat Mahomes. I'm gonna be like, dude, this stuff is getting crazy.
Too close to home.
Hey,
You
no.
saw how accurate it was with my bio, Jeff.
Yeah.
If
I think you had some prompts in that one.
No.
If it knows his house is just made out of pine, and pine only,
That'd be. Hey,
it's a human Christmas tree.
the one that with the AI stuff now that I think our guy Jeff Griffin messaged me. He was like he was like, have you ever sent the picture and asked it to roast you?
Did you see the?
It roasted.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ans
did that to you
for CJ and myself, Turner and Bond.
It left Bond out though.
I was really upset about that. I'm like, he's in the picture too.
It left Bond out.
Yeah, I think it went. I feel like it went harder on you than maybe anybody.
Oh, it went hammered. I thought I had a nice shirt on. Everybody knows it's a pretty nice shirt. I'm telling you, and it hammered on me. I'll tell you. Here's how you know if GPT is over the edge. At that event, Bond told somebody, and Trevor knows where I'm going, that he was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it knows that Cameron Bond is Chris Sullins, we've got big trouble. Because only one person knew about that. Okay.
It's true.
Yeah, we got big trouble.
Man, that thing.
God, that was.
It roasted me though.
It hammered Turner too.
Yeah, it got Turner.
The Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, man. Jeff Griffin sent. He sent me the picture that he sent in of me, which was me coaching and like trying to show something go. And it was like
it was a
20 consecutive insults. I'm like, these are pretty rough.
Yeah, some of them it's like, God,
it's just bullying, man. It's just flat out bullying.
Ans can't go in there.
And Ans thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it was good.
Of course it is. Hey, you know what we'll do? Go back and find that picture of her shooting.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
Go back and put that one in there, and we'll post those.
Wasn't
you talking about that underhand cross-handed shot that she does?
Actually, I'm not going to do it because Ans could do it to me. Well, y'all go for it.
What do you mean she could do it to you?
She could no.
So Ans has got picks. I like it.
Oh no! One of the ones I guess that he also prompted when he sent in the picture of me that I guess it knew that I was, or I guess he posted it as a radio host because one of them said, "This isn't coaching. This is live action reboot of radio host has a breakdown. He's seconds away from pulling out a whiteboard just to write Y in big red letters. Even the bench is looking at him like, sir, we're down 30. Please stop." We weren't. Shay Taylor says, mine hurt my feelings so bad I deleted the app.
Dang.
Hey, are we ready?
Yeah, you got to give it to Taylor. Hey,
I mean, Rob made a really big run at this, but we're going to say that the
Taylor's
Mud
on
Bums Hot Wings
fire
hot take
tonight.
right now is Shay Taylor. We'll put their name on this. $15 to Mud Bums. Go over there on Thursday night and get you some
the
wings.
one somebody said that's coming for us, and I've got into it a little bit, where you're seeing the stars and their babies, but they're talking Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah.
The small children.
It's like little Theo Vaughn.
little Theo Vaughn is coming out.
Yeah.
Somebody said the Sports Authority. That's going to happen to you guys.
Oh,
get ready.
That would be
I
great.
think I still have a mustache as a baby.
Well, it'd be a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's solid right now.
Yeah, it's getting better.
It's just solid.
Yeah.
I guess
Give you
Nunley,
credit, it's solid.
I guess
did.
Nunley did it because in the Ben Lomond Connect message board, he posted the I guess a Jeff Simmons bio.
Yeah.
And it goes into where I lived in. I'm a media personality based in Minville, Tennessee, a graduate of Warren County High School and the University of Tennessee in 2008, which is correct.
Oh my!
Began my journalism career in 2010, correct. Key figure at the Southern Standard. I think that could be key figure might be argued. Tennessee Press Association Sports Writer of the Year. Yep.
Yep.
Hosts the Simmons Says radio show on WBMC 97.7 FM. Yep. Additionally, he hosts the Warren County Sports Authority podcast. Yeah. Hey, they pulled back a little bit on the podcast, which offers in-depth analysis and commentary on sports topics ranging from local high school to games to college football. Sometimes.
Not bad.
We're getting
But
away from that.
This is the one that really, a passionate supporter of the University of Tennessee Volunteers.
Gotcha.
That's pretty easy. The San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, that's good.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm like, this thing actually knows
It
some
knows
things.
some stuff.
That's crazy.
When was the last time we talked about the Jaguars? And you knew I was a Jags fan.
yeah.
But it's been a while.
Yeah, we were in the basement.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Rob also said, Rob said, I know where the unclaimed my bums cards are kept. See you soon.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, we do need to message a couple of people and let them know that, hey, you still have your
Come get your
Mubbles,
card.
Hot Wings Hot Take card for $15. Guys,
Pretty soon they're just going to be Jeff's lunch money.
Yeah, I don't want to ask this as my McCorkle landscaping and random question, but let's get back into a local sports a little bit.
Yep.
Did y'all know there's a gigantic event that's happening this weekend? It's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, is the spring fling?
It's the fling.
Fling.
Is it still
coming up?
Is it still going to happen in the rain? I thought it was supposed to.
Oh, is it
rain.
supposed to rain this weekend?
I thought so.
They'll try to play it as much as they can. They're not going to just postpone it. I mean, they'll try to
I
play.
wonder if we could do a live remote from the spring fling.
On Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah,
on Late
y'all
Day
are gonna-
weekend?
yeah, y'all are going to the
Yeah.
lake. I'll be at
I'll
the
tell you
fling.
what, get you some video out there.
I'm
and
good.
I'll
be at the lake.
Y'all go to the lake. I go to the golf course on Memorial Day weekend. Any predictions? I mean, I know y'all probably
Okay.
don't know.
Hey,
who's
give
playing.
me Stern. Give me Stern.
You're going with Stern?
Yeah, hey, that's my
I've
guy.
got three that if they're playing. One Slatton. She in?
No.
Okay, Womack?
Yeah, he's playing with Stern.
Okay, there's your team.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Cash.
That FanDuel's about negative 350 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Hey, there is a team
You
out
got
there.
Cotton and Wilson?
Cotton and Wilson. I
Cotton and
believe,
Wilson.
are
They
playing.
always come back together.
Yeah. Zach Malloy, who's a multi-time champion,
Yep.
is playing with Austin Green. Again, Stern and Womack are the reigning champs.
Yeah,
Would you consider them the favorite?
I would think.
Yeah,
I would
they
say
gotta
so.
be.
Exactly.
Yep. I would say that they're probably the favorites right now.
Peter VV?
I think
Jamie in it?
Let me look and see. I got to go
that's
through
a
the
good- that's a
entire
good
list.
one.
I'm going to be writing. Yep, PVV and Jamie Stinson.
They're
going
going
to
to finish second.
Casey Talbert and Mark Hitchcock.
Not bad.
I'd circle that team.
Okay.
They're probably pretty good. Brett Simmons and Ryan Williams, probably a second flight team. Hey, we're talking about
Yeah.
championship flight, guys.
Yeah,
We're gonna have.
that's a B-lister. That's a Lifetime movie right
Yeah,
there.
I got Stern coming.
That ain't a
That's a
big
Hallmark.
screen.
That's
That
a
ain't a big
Hallmark.
screen.
That's
That's
a
a Hallmark. You know what I mean?
The Theater 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you got to go around the corner and then down the hallway, and then that's where that movie's playing.
Showed at 12 only.
Matinee on a Thursday. That's it. We are going to have Stern on the show on Friday. I'll let him.
I like it.
And I think Womack had some conflicts, so he's not going to be able to be here. So we'll bring in some other people on that. Sullins and Nunley can win the most lattes in a round award, says Nunley on the Ben Lomond Connect message board.
I want in on that race.
Connor? I know.
I've got y'all beat.
Hey, me and C-Dub. Give me and C-Dub.
Hey, we won't talk about it on the air, but I did tell Connor, I was like, there is an idea about like a Taylor Lewan and the Bussin' of the Boys guys. They do like an event every summer.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we could start pairing up some people and maybe do that.
But
we're gonna have to have a location for this said party.
You know a guy?
Huh?
You know a guy?
Where?
Oh, I mean, does it got to be a house or can it be a?
He's got a restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. That's true.
He's got the materials.
Come on.
I didn't know. I mean, y'all are the lake guys. I thought y'all would probably want to go do it at the lake.
Well, you want to go do it on the remote? I'm all in on that. Live remote.
Yeah.
We'll see. Connor says he's winning that if we end up doing that against the.
I've run a case race multiple times.
He does
the same night.
I think he does it on the. I think he does it on the weekend, and there's nobody else.
Yeah.
Are you doing Edward 40 hands by yourself?
Pretty much, yeah.
Connor's training for the 3,200, the 5K, the marathon, the triathlon, that 100-mile race. He's ready.
Yeah,
whatever we throw at him.
He's ready to go. All right, guys. Well, let's get back to the category. But I do think that I'm in. The spring fling's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I think there's 55 teams in it this year.
Is that the most ever, you think?
I'll have to find out. I'll have that in there when I do the reporting because I'll do a preview before they tee off. They tee off on Saturday. They do a practice round on Friday and everything. I'll probably write a preview and talk to a couple people. Rogers will probably know. Willie's played in it enough.
The best player never to win the spring fling.
Oh wow,
is Peter VV and them ever won it?
No.
So I'm thinking
he's up there.
Yeah. I bet that really bothers him. He lays at bed at night. Him and Jim like, man, we've never won this. You know what I mean? Like Barkley, they never got a ring.
Yeah. You know who would be really, really good? And I know they're busy, so they probably wouldn't be able to get on here and talk about it a lot. But if we could get Stern on here, but then if we could get Bill Locke and Bart Stanley to come in here and talk about
because they know the
fling,
history of it.
One of them two, if not both of them, I think have played in every spring fling.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Locke's won it multiple times, and I think Stanley's won it a few times as well. So I think
Stanley. I don't know if he still does. He used to hit it pretty well.
Yeah, but PVV and Stinson, they're way up there, and they've got
a lot of second place finishes.
Yeah, and just bring it up. They love talking about it.
Yeah, I just did in front of the whole community.
They love when everybody talks about them coming in.
They
second
love that
place
heartbreak that happens every time they get silver.
Now I do think they had the top round on Sunday last year, but I just don't think they won.
Wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. They didn't come back and close the gap on that. But if you know anything about the spring fling,
I'm going to ask you a question that Trev kind of brought up, and you'll know this. You'll know this better than either of us.
Yep.
Weather playing into this. Mm-hmm. You got a soft golf course because I'm sure the rain's going to make that an issue as far as going to slow down the greens and those type things. Yep. Who does that favor? Who's guys that just throw darts?
Ooh, that'd be a great.
And does that
Malloy,
matter?
I think
Malloy's the guy that's going to throw some darts.
That's usually around the green a lot. I'll say if he's playing really well, Stern's brother, Will.
Yeah,
Trill. I mean, he's a guy that can throw it. That he likes to throw it in there. You know, some of those like the Cotton, they want to just be so long off the tee. You know who it kind of brings back into the play? You get like a Sims Law, the Golden Tee guys. Yep. That's like, hey, we're not going to get out-driven so much now because you're not getting that long roll in the fairway, and then all of a sudden it becomes a short game, skill game. You know who it would help? Jamie Stinson and Peter Van Buren, because Stinson's really good with
So
irons.
what you're saying is they want rain. They want a lot of rain on Friday.
I don't think they would be hurt. I don't think it hurt their feelings.
I think the forecast is clear Friday, supposed to rain Saturday.
Okay.
Well, then that's not good for them. They might because they played the practice round on Friday and the actual round on Saturday.
Well.
I don't know. Maybe they'll try to go and get 36 holes in and just start it early. I don't know. I don't know how bad the weather's going to look.
It doesn't look good.
You know the thing that happens about that though. You always talk about like, man, rain, and it's just over.
Yeah,
it's crazy how those courses will just the water just disappears. Like, hey, 45 minutes later, and it's like, hey, we can't drive on it, but we can play on it.
Drive path only.
Hey, what was that sound again, Jeff?
Nope. Nope. I knew you were going with that already, and we're not going there. All right, hey, you guys say in the future.
Yes.
You were talking about a young man. So let's talk about say in the future. Are you ready to tackle any job in Middle Tennessee, from powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and construction to steel chainsaws? Krebs Kubota has what you need, your local dealer of choice for sales, service, and rentals. Visit Krebs Kubota in Murfreesboro and experience the Krebs way. That's Krebs Kubota at 615-890-1200. You can also find them at KrebsKubota.com. Again, that's 615-890-1200. See in the future. Sullivan, do you want to take it off?
Talked to Ames this week. He said that the advertisement has worked well. It's got a lot of calls from this area. I knew that would happen.
Yeah,
because we're just far reaching.
Yeah.
Hey, see in the future, pretty easy. Congratulations to one of our former teammates, former players of myself. Isaiah Grayson, the new Warren County Middle School basketball coach.
Yes.
Couldn't be any more proud
for sure
and happy for that young man. He's going to do great things. I remember him as a freshman. He walked in the door the same year I walked in the door. He kind of started the trend of, hey, it was way down here.
He built the foundation.
And he built the foundation of it, and I think he'll do a great job in the coaching aspect. Going to be trying out here pretty quick.
Yep.
That's something I know he's looking forward to. He's trying to find some people to help him out on his staff, and I know he's searching far and wide for that right now. But just proud for him. Great athlete in this community.
Yep.
Football player, basketball player, and competitor.
He's on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he's a top 5 kid that I've ever coached. So
Yep. We should point out.
Proud for him.
Go ahead. We'll
Go
point
ahead.
out that 6th grade tryouts for the middle school basketball team. This is Warren County Middle School, and you have to go to Warren County Middle School to try out for the middle school basketball teams. 6th grade tryouts are May 23rd, which is Friday, from 5:15 to 6:30, and 7th and 8th grade tryouts will be May 30th, the following Friday, from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Grayson sent me those, and we'll get those published too before then. But
Congratulations!
I think when you say seeing the future with Isaiah Grayson, I think this is one of those ones where we talk about a lot. Where we talk about, hey, who are the young coaches? Who are you ran off that list of the '90s guys, where it was like, hey, all these guys in the early '90s ended up becoming coaches, and we even had that discussion. Who amongst the guys that you played with or played for you could be that? I think Isaiah's seeing the future for him. I think this is the start of going to be the start of a pretty good coaching career.
This is the first step.
Head coaching.
This is the first step of a many-step process that he will have, and I think at some point in time, in years to come, you may be seeing him walk the sidelines, and nobody will be any more proud than I will watching that happen, because I know how dear Warren County Athletics and the basketball and football teams are to him. So, hey, proud of that young man, and we've already reached out to him and let him know that we're behind him 100%. It'll be a place that I'll go watch basketball games now, because I want to watch him coach. I want to see how he does that, and I know he'll do a good job.
Yeah, I've talked to Isaiah a little bit this week. I reached out when I heard the news that he got the job and just congratulated him, told him how much I looked up to him, and echoed what Coach Stone said. I said, hey, man, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Yeah, man, I'm proud for him and proud of him, and then I think that's going to be. I think it's a really good hire for Warren County Middle School. Right when I saw the news, I said, "Yeah, man, that you got it right, got it right." And I think that in some aspects, we kind of said this a couple of weeks ago when we knew that job is opening, and that we were hopeful that there would be a little bit of cohesion amongst that. I don't think. You hired him right off of Danny Fish's bench. I think that there was probably a pretty good cohesion. And in fact, I think in his statements to me, he said that he's looking forward to bringing that brotherhood feel from the high school to the middle school. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
In the future, I see a lot of cohesion amongst our pioneers from the middle school to the high school.
Absolutely.
Not to get quite straight to the questions, but you brought up something a second ago, and I've always been curious about this. What makes a freshman ready at the varsity level? Because Isaiah Grayson didn't take long, but you didn't play a lot of freshmen over a 6-7 year stretch.
I mean, I
Two,
told
I think.
three. We played Isaiah. We played Irvin. We played Caden.
Oh, Caden! I forgot about Caden.
That was a 3 guy. You don't play them a lot. When I say don't play them a lot, first of all, I don't think a lot of freshmen are ready.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting them in the fire, and I think at times when you're doing that, they can take a step backwards because it's a bad experience as a freshman, and it takes them a year to 2 to overcome that. You know, we kind of always decided if we were going to play a freshman, first of all, they had to be talented, very talented. Another thing, they had to be mentally tough enough to do it, because the freshmen are going to go through freshman growing pains. I can remember back, there was nights that Isaiah Grayson had great freshman nights, and they were nights where Isaiah Grayson went 2 of 16, and it just didn't go well. And you've got to understand to put that to bed and be ready to go the next night. That he's got to be mentally tough. He's got to be able to grasp a lot of things. He or she's got to be able to grasp things mentally, because I heard Mike Miller talk about this week as far as it goes in every level. When you get to high school level, it speeds up. You get to college level, it speeds up. get to the pro level, it speeds up. You're playing a faster game, and you see a lot of rookies. And that's the reason coaches don't want to play a lot of younger guys. You don't see a lot of freshmen playing at the college level, even though they are promoted. You don't see a lot of it because the game moves too fast. They've got to be able to slow it down. So mentally, they've got to be they got to be able to handle it. I think the last thing that I would say is you have to have belief in the other teammates that you're putting on the floor. They've got to believe in that freshman. Trev knows where I'm going. You can put a kid out there, and if the upperclassmen and some others are thinking, that ain't it. And Trev knows we've had juniors and seniors walk in, and maybe we thought, hey, this kid could help, and we've had them walk in and say, nope, don't do it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it. And if you do it, we're going to struggle.
Yep.
And I'm going to be back in the office. That goes back to this. You have a lot of trust in the guys like Danny does. Yep. You build a brotherhood where you're listening to teammates. Grayson he didn't have to worry about that as much because we were bringing in, it was a whole new staff, and we're bringing in a whole new organization, so to speak.
Yep.
Guys like Caden Rutledge, Irvin Espinoza, those young men, you had to have guys above them that were confident enough that they were willing to play with them and make them a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, we've all heard the old adage: take every freshman you play, put a loss on the board for the year, because it's just that's going to happen. Then you're going to go through those nights. But yeah, I was just curious, kind of what your thoughts are. Rob Nunley on the Ben Lomond Connect message board, and again, we should make sure to let everybody know when it comes to Ben Lomond Connect and their message board that hey, they're making some offers, man. From now until May 31st, get a free smoke, heat, and CO detector with your Ben Lomond security system, and almost $200 value. For more information or to get a free layout and quote, call your local Ben Lomond Connect office or go to benlomondconnect.com. License number 1560, Ben Lomond Connect. Delivering that internet
at the speed of life.
Yep.
I was
waiting to see if
my
you were
bad.
awake. I didn't know if he was awake or not over there. I mean, Grayson was. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, I think he's sometimes because he was like he had some of those like CJ moments, but without maybe all the CJ success. But I mean, I think he was there kind of laying a little bit of the groundwork.
Yeah,
I think CJ saw that, and I think he was a guy that he emulated. Or I think at some point, I think there was kind of like he's good. He's good.
Yeah, there was a little of that.
But I'm going to even be better. Type deal.
Okay.
But the good thing about that was Grayson set that bar really, really high.
Here's the other thing that I would say about Isaiah Grayson, and it goes to what's going on this week and in coming weeks. You got tryouts. All over this community.
Hey, Danny Fish, you got a roster from that varsity tryout that you did? Send it to me, by the way.
You got freshmen are coming in. School's going to be out. Freshmen are trying out this coming, Friday or Thursday or Friday?
Friday's a huge tryout
day. Isaiah Grayson's a young man that didn't make a basketball team when he was younger. And he went to work. That kind of shows you the kind of young man that he is because he said, hey, I want to get better. And you're exactly right, Shay Taylor. He had a motor that was going to say. Quit.
That was going to be my comment.
He had a brother that was the same way. They had power stroke power.
Yeah. They're the Energizer Bunny family.
Hey,
both of them.
Connor, what you just did with that message, it was a lot easier to read.
Way
Thank
easier
you,
to
Connor.
read.
Thank you.
Yeah, I figured I'd switch that up, especially since Ben Lomond is a sponsor of it.
Yeah, I like that.
I wanted everything to get seen.
So,
Elena did that.
I'm going to. This is going to elicit some comments. I'll guarantee you. There's going to be some young men and young ladies in this community that do not make teams.
Mm-hmm.
Please, parents, do me a favor. Do your children a favor. Don't go to social media and talk about how idiotic the coach is. We all know we're idiots. We coach.
Yeah.
You're not telling us anything we don't know.
Yep.
Another thing that I hope parents do, understand that there are young men and young women that don't make teams. If your son or daughter is fortunate enough to make a team, that is great for your son or daughter. And we saw this last year. And I remember we talked about it. Don't be this Karen. Don't go take a picture of the roster with you as a parent beside of it.
Oh, yes.
Don't live through your children. If your children want to do that, I can understand that. But we've seen parents that go way overboard about this. I'm not saying anything that's not out there. In fact, next week we're going to have a parent or two that probably does something of this nature, and I probably will say that's not what we need when it comes to a team. Because you know as well as I do, as soon as this team is formed, you're trying to create a bond.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a bond between teammates, not parents. Now, great parents, we want them to cheer, we want to be involved, and parents sometimes are right. But I don't think when you go in, we saw it last year, they're going to put those pieces of paper with names
on that window.
Window. Do not go take the selfie with it. Don't do it. I know you want to. Or if you do it, don't publicize it. Keep it in the hidden videos.
We're going to have a last – hey, I can already feel a last week rewind sponsored by Chris Springs Fireworks, and we'll just have to – we'll have the audio clipped out, and we're going to say, Chris told you not to do it.
You did.
And you did it anyway.
And then I'll say this, for all those young men and young women out there that do not make teams, do yourself a favor. Be Isaiah Grace.
Keep working.
Keep working your tail off. You'll get your opportunities.
Yep.
I promise you it'll happen.
Yep. And there's a lot of sports out there, a lot of things that you can still do, and a lot of ways you can stay active, stay involved, stay with it. And I hope everybody does that. Hey, look at that. The Ben Lomond Connect message board delivers. Isaiah Grayson in the comments.
Attaboy.
I appreciate all the support. Excited to work with the team this year. Man, hey, we're excited to see how it goes.
Hey, he always has.
Yeah, man, a few words.
Well, yeah,
I love
actually,
that.
Me too. Yeah, I can
read
it.
Yeah. Hey, good job, man.
Attaboy, Connor. Earned your pay tonight.
Man, we've only been doing this for 3 months.
I feel like it got smaller, and then
intern got in the office. Things happen.
Good job, Elena. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Yep, guys. Yep. We got to get to it. It's about time. Trev? Nunley threw down the gauntlet last week.
What?
He did the big McCorkle read. You want to try it?
Hey, you go ahead. That's why they pay you the big
Hey,
one.
we need to have that on Chat GPT.
You put,
I'm telling you, it was great.
Do you even think from there? Could you read it from over there?
Yeah, I just got a new prescription in the glasses.
Hey, where you coming in at?
Now?
Yeah.
It was -3. Now it's -4.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I hadn't been to the eye doctor in like 3 years. And I said, hey, what do you think about LASIK? She said, yeah, I think you're a great candidate. But she said, your prescription can't change for about 2 years before we really look at it. I said, yeah. So
okay.
It can't change for 2 years. How often does yours change?
Before this one, it had been a long time.
Yeah, but
then
now?
I hadn't been in like 3 years because I didn't have vision insurance. And I was like, I'm not footing the bill for that.
Now you know a guy.
Yeah, now you know a guy. I was going to say, who's covering that trip? All right. Hey, McCorkle Landscaping Random Questions, which are sponsored by, you guessed it, McCorkle Landscaping. Is your yard ready for a makeover? Let McCorkle Landscaping bring your outdoor vision to life. Owned and operated by Mitchell McCorkle, this local landscaping expert offers everything from nursery services and custom landscaping to retaining walls, irrigation systems, and full hardscape designs. Hey, you need some grading, sod installation, land clearing, excavation? They got you covered. Want to refresh your space with weeding, mulching, or lawn resurfacing? No problem. They even offer professional design consultations to help you plan the perfect outdoor space. Big job or small, residential or commercial, McCorkle Landscaping is your go-to team for a reliable quality result, so you can call them today. That's 931-212-5174. Again, that's 931-212-5174 is McCorkle Landscaping, digging deep to build your dream outdoors.
God, that's a good ad read.
That's a good ad read.
Good ad read.
That was good, man. I don't know. I still think Nunley might have done it better.
Nunley was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was solid.
I think he was really fired up about being able to do it.
He was.
You could tell he wanted to
Yeah, like
do
he
it.
saw me starting to pull it up. He goes, hey, I got that.
Let me do that. I got that.
Hey, he almost had a new. He almost was kind of getting into our potential new segment.
Yeah,
that we talked about. We can talk about that after the questions. Trav, what's your question?
All right, hey, this one NBA draft's coming up in about a month, and this is not just to the NBA. What's a recent draft pick that was a bust or didn't live up to the hype that you thought, man, that dude's gonna be a player, and it just didn't.
Ooh.
It didn't turn out.
Zion Williamson.
See, that's what he was one of my answers. I was going to say Anthony Bennett, but I think Zion's one too. Like I thought when he got in the league, he would like transform a franchise, and he just hadn't.
Because he weighs a ton.
Well,
a guy that shares your name, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
I'm a Jags fan.
Yeah,
I thought that was a no doubter. That guy's going to be one of the 3-5 best quarterbacks in the NFL, and he had a year.
Yeah,
he's really, really good. But then all of a sudden, I know he's had like 3 different coaches and stuff like that too.
I'm going to take my answer back. Anybody the Titans have drafted.
Yeah,
the Isaiah Wilson pick from Georgia. That was a rough one.
Levis.
Oh God. Anytime you draft a quarterback who puts mayonnaise in his coffee,
yeah,
I mean that's a red flag on the draft process.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the thing about Levis was you can't even throw him in there because I think everybody knew immediately.
Everybody but the Titans
because we watched him at Kentucky.
Yeah, it's like, man, that's not gonna work at all. I have no clue how they think that. Trevor Lawrence was the one with me because I was like a Jags fan. I was like, oh, we got Lawrence.
Well, I'm going to add on to that then. Is this his year? I mean, if it doesn't work this year,
at some point it's going to have to.
When did he get paid?
Oh, he's already got paid.
I know, but when?
Before last season, I believe.
Okay, so he's a couple years into it. So
yeah, I think maybe like after next year, you could probably start kind of cutting bait. You're going to take some dead cap salary and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it'll probably be okay.
Another one, which he wasn't really a high draft pick, and maybe then it's okay. But I was going to say Dak Prescott. He maybe not when he was drafted, but he had a lot of hype for a few years, and then they never really got over the hump. To me.
I don't think you can win with Dak.
I agree.
I just when you look around the league, I think Dak Prescott is probably a 10, 12, 15 at best.
Yeah.
Type quarterback, and I don't think you can win with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him a bust just because he did get drafted in like the 3rd or 4th round. So he probably at the very least he performed up to that pick. It's just the fact that, like you were saying, I think he got paid like a number one pick, number one type quarterback, and then it never panned out for him. I mean, but I wouldn't say his draft status made him a bust. I think his contract turned him into a bust on that. I like that one though. I like that. That's a good question because we do have the draft.
I mean, you can go to a lot of places.
Again, he wasn't a bust because of his draft pick.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, hey. Go ahead, Trev. Hey. Go ahead, Trev. Hey. Make that joke.
We're going to be sponsored by Massage Parlor here in the next couple weeks.
I know a guy.
Of course you do. Connor, I mean, like, legitimately, he was working on something completely different. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it was like,
my ears perked up.
Let me get in on this one.
Had the shot collar on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the. I mean, there's some in every single sport. I mean, every single year. I mean, the Jags drafted Trayvon Walker number 1 not too long after Trevor Lawrence, and then all of a sudden the Hutchinson guy from the Lions was the number 2 pick, and he was like one of the best. And I was like, man, just like,
and Walker,
could you not be
going into the combine? Walker wasn't even he must have blew people away at the combine because I feel like he's a low
CJ away. Yeah. CJ talks highly of Trayvon Walker.
He actually did blow him away over to the sideline.
True.
Yeah. So I mean, that's mercy. Sellens, you do.
Yeah. Here's my question. We just touched on a little bit with Trev, and now we're going to and touched on a little bit with Jeff. We made fun of him name dropping. You know, you name drop and you get what you want. We just said Trev name dropped with his vision insurance. Mm-hmm. Where's your go-to name drop? Like when I walk in, I'm going to get a benefit that maybe somebody else is not getting. He threw out mud. Is there anywhere else? Tell me.
I definitely have one.
Okay.
You
go ahead. I got to think. Like where do
I mean, like when Trev walks in the door. You know.
Go ahead.
What you got?
Saki.
Yep.
Yeah, they got a Boyd Bronco roll like.
They got the Lady Bronco roll.
I got
you. The owner's kid goes to Boys. I think he's going to be in kindergarten, and that was the one. I think you remember. I think we talked about it on Valentine's Day. I went to go eat lunch by myself, and somehow my meal I didn't have a bill at the end of it. So
public figure.
Yeah,
I'm
I think it was just my just outstanding good looks that got me that one on Valentine's Day. No, nobody.
Hey,
nobody.
listen,
Crickets.
I was trying to formulate.
Yeah.
I think good looks was an over-exaggeration.
Hey, we're asking this question to y'all too. I want to know.
Yes,
I want to know what
you're-
perks y'all are
yeah.
getting.
Yeah, what
Ooh,
perks?
I'll give a shout out to Mud Bums. They take
Mud
good,
Bums
they
takes
take,
care
they
of
take good care of me when I
Okay.
go over there. I was an employee at one point in time, so
That helps a
a
little
little
bit.
a little bit of ties there. I get taken care of pretty good.
Yeah, Connor, is there any? Do you get to throw your anytime you want a concert ticket or anything?
He works at a place.
Yeah, I mean, I work.
Yeah, you kind of have to work for that one.
I tried one time because my boss was a state trooper. Got pulled over by. Did not work.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He's like, oh yeah, I know him too.
It's funny.
Here's your ticket.
It's funny you said that. I had my stepdad was a city cop for 40 years, and everybody's like, oh, if you throw that out there, that'll get you taken care of. He told me point blank, it might. And it might not. I'm not the most popular guy on the force.
He might have that cop $50.
Elena, you get on the mic. Where are you getting comps at? I'm sure.
My grandpa owns Newt's Barbecue, so I think I have a really good comp there.
Hey, I like this.
Yeah. She's welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Luke's Barbecue.
Hey.
She's got some Denny Moore lineage in her.
Hey,
yeah. Way
oh,
back.
she's shaking her head. Yeah, absolutely.
Way back. Hey, her and Raven's gonna be tight. That's downtown stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, Raven. I think Raven and Abby saw Elena coming in today, and I was like, "This is my new co-host," and it was like, "Oh, yeah."
Hey.
So now I think they were like, I think that it was the Sports Authority was already on their radar as a challenge, and now they're like, "Oh, okay, you're bringing Elena on? Okay, so all right." I think hey, game on. We're ready. Hey, Elena's ready. She's already. I mean, hey, your Instagram reels are already blowing up. We tagged you in it, and then all of a sudden it gets like 10 times the views that any other one gets. So good job on that one. Hey, you getting confident selling trucking?
Yeah, I get comped every once in a while. We got to get those IG numbers up for our show.
Yeah.
Elena may have to help that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, she's in. We
got to get those.
She's all about the social medias. She's all about the social medias.
Yeah.
Any place that you walk in and you're like, hey, there's the song. Yeah. Have you paid to get into a sporting event ever since you stopped coaching?
No, I do not pay to get.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
gonna get me in trouble though. Right there,
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
and
Sorry about that.
Mind, I'm not gonna.
Hey, no, we got you media pass.
I'm a media guy.
Yeah,
we're
media
media.
passes
Well,
now.
that's when I walk in Main Street Media. You know what I mean?
We'll get you
like I said, when
they
I
take-
walk in Main Street
take
Media,
good care
everybody
of
just,
us.
everybody just
Please.
scatters. They don't want anything to do with me. So
I've never seen Chad pull the parking lot so fast.
Hey, you get Mountain
I
Cove
get
water.
Mountain Cove
takes
water,
care of?
yes,
So there's
yes.
there's no place where you're getting taken care of.
not in this community. No, not really.
Wow.
Hey, might be maybe. Yeah. Hey, Napa takes care of me.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
guys like
that's
that.
fair.
O'Reilly. Well, Napa. My bad. They pay for it. My bad.
Just Napa. Only
Easy,
Napa.
easy. It's all about Napa know-how
they
here.
Take care of us.
Yeah, I would say though places that it's just food
places.
Food places because
It's
I'm
like
there
you eat-
all the
It's
time.
like you eat out a lot or something. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I mean,
Huh.
there's
Never
very
would've thought.
there's very few establishments anymore where I even have to order my drink. Like the moment I sit down, there's just like here's the Diet Pepsi or here's the Diet Coke.
They
don't even ask anymore.
Media figure.
Yeah.
Public figure.
Like if I go to
Tell you.
Fiesta, it's not even a Diet Coke; it's a pitcher. They bring the Diet Coke and
Aw.
the pitcher. They're like, "Here, you go ahead and fill your own drink up because we're not going to come back here over and over again."
I love it.
And stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, that's yeah. Hey, Shay Taylor in the Ben Lomond Connect message board says any Pepsi Cola plant in the southeast, but only because they're afraid I'll fire them.
I like it.
Hey,
fair.
He's a public
Rob Nelman
figure.
says there's also an old flyer from my band on the wall at WT's, and his picture's on the wall at the foyer at Applebee's. Does that get you anything,
I think it's the banned list.
Oh.
He's banned from both of those establishments.
not banned. Not banned with a B-A-N-N-E-D. Oh, okay. Wow.
Hey, you don't have to emphasize the ED, man. Not everybody knows that about Rob.
Wow. Whoa. Drew Walker says Jeff loves him some KFC during bad storms, apparently. Yeah, Roland, Elena in there called me out immediately. I was doing my random gripe this morning, and I was talking about how I was driving home. I had a kid that wanted to shoot.
Yeah.
And then the tornado warning hits.
Yeah.
I had to make sure she got home safe. And then when I go through the entire city, and I'm like, why are people stopping at drive-thrus all the time? And Elena was like, well, how'd you notice? And I was like, well, I was at KFC. She sniffed that one out of me. She's like, come on, you were one of them.
Hey, you got DoorDash, the DoorDash Premium, whatever.
Yeah, you're a premium member.
Are you the subscriber?
DoorDash?
Yeah.
I got the DoorDash pass.
Boy.
Yeah.
The pass.
It's the Dash Pass.
The Dash Pass. Yeah, I have that. It's like $7 a month or something.
Yeah, but does it save you a lot?
Yes. Any delivery, anything you order over $12, you know.
All yours are over $12. They've never been under $12.
No, why would I order it under $12 if I save money when it goes over?
I'm just
$12?
saying in general.
Have I added an extra item to get it over $12 so it'll take that off of there? Yes, of course I have.
That's all right.
Yeah. All right.
What's yours?
Yeah. Okay. My bad, man. McCorkle Landscaping. Random question again. Thank you, McCorkle Landscaping, for your sponsorship. And let's make sure we give them that phone number again for the third and fourth time. That is 931-212-5174. Again, that's 931-212-5174. McCorkle Landscaping, digging deep to build your dream outdoors. Our guy, not his guy, our guy, Ziegler, has filed.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Has filed for a for a fifth year. Are we going too far?
We are.
Yes,
we are. Are we going? I mean, hey, selfishly as a Tennessee fan, of course we'd love to have Ziegler back, and I think it would make you. I mean, I think that with him and who they've added, and especially if Gainey got his fifth year too, you're talking about a team that could win the national championship. But at some points, I'm like, you got your 4 years, and I know the ACL injury happened. And maybe they can figure that out. But are we to the point now? Like the Pavia thing kind of opened the door for everybody, and now everybody's like, we should get our fifth year. Mm-hmm. I'm like, at some point, they almost have to overturn the Pavia thing, because I think 4 years you got to play 4 years.
It's gotten out of hand for sure. And I am not by any means trying to piss off the Tennessee fan base. I did that once. I'm good.
No, I'm like you. At some point in time, it's time to move on. Not saying that I wouldn't love to have him.
Yeah.
But if this passes, then what is the next step? You've got to. There's got to be a stopping point.
Well, the one that gets me is I know in the back of their head they were still building the roster with the idea that those two could get their fifth year and come back. But at some point, I'm like, hey, you went out and got Jacoby Gillespie, and that kid probably wants the ball in his hands a lot.
And you paid him, from my understanding, 3 to 4.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden Ziegler's filing in his and
3 to 4 million.
Oh,
yeah, and then Ziegler filed in his report or his lawsuit. He's like he had like a $2 to $4 million evaluation. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, if he gets his fifth year, I'm not going to be livid about it. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how many other rules are we going to change right now? Because if C.J. Taylor was fighting this right now, I would have a different tune.
I agree.
Because I watched C.J.'s freshman year.
Yes.
How C.J. burned his redshirt year
is pretty.
I would say, hey, that kid can deserve a fifth year.
Yes.
Ziegler played plenty his freshman year.
Yeah.
The only time Ziegler wasn't playing was when he tore his ACL. Yeah. But even when he did that, he had played a significant amount that season. I'm like, I don't hate you for it. And I'm not going to hate you if you get this passed or anything like that. I'm just like, there's so many people now where it's like, there's some aspects that this is collegiate sports, so when you get your 4 years and you have to go.
Well, I think what it does, if he gets this year, it's not just him.
Pandora's
it'll
box.
be others. Yeah. And then what happens is it hurts the level that we have been associated with, the high school level, because it's one more year that high school students are not being able to take advantage of those scholarships that for years and years and years, that's how it worked. Hey, you were a pretty good high school player. You got to get to the D1 level or whatever. Now you're not seeing that as much. At some point in time, we've talked about, you got to be able to put some restrictions that are set in stone, and that's just not happening. It's like you say, it's Pandora's box, and it's changing by the month.
Yeah.
That's what concerns me. I don't know how you build rosters around this stuff. I think that's a really
I think everybody's learning on the fly.
One thing we're going to give McCorkle, since he's got such a good ad read. we've got two back there in the room. What's their question to us?
Oh,
y'all got
well, you got a
Connor,
question.
you got a
to
question?
us?
C-Dub's
Yeah,
question.
I got one.
Yeah, because I saw C-Dub. He was throwing some questions out this morning.
So Trevor.
Oh, God.
You said you didn't want to piss off the UT fans again. Were you talking about Knoxville, Martin, or Chattanooga? Because they're all the same. Corporate S showed me a picture.
They're not all the same. When you talk about UT, you talk about Knoxville.
Yeah.
I believe you said that a little bit this morning.
I said it a lot this morning.
And that's when you talk about the University of Georgia, you're not talking about the University of Georgia something else. You're talking about the one that's in Athens.
Yeah.
When you talk about the University of Tennessee, you're talking about the one in Knoxville.
Chattanooga's kind of figured this out. They want to be called Chattanooga, right? They don't want to be UTC anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I think even Martin is trying to do something like that. I mean,
that's just my take.
There's UT and there's Martin and there's Chattanooga, but there's no UTK.
No, it's not. There's no
UT.
Good
Drew
point.
Walker also even said it in the Ben Lomond message board. Said, "Whoa, they ain't all the same."
No.
Okay.
No.
And Shay Taylor, who, hey, by the way, $15 gift card. Make sure you come pick that up this week. COVID years, NIL and transfer portal is killing high school recruiting. I've had coaches tell my kid they're only taking 2 to 3 high school kids a year at most.
How long does the COVID when are we going to be out of the COVID years?
Never. Rob said it on the show this week. He said they were still talking about COVID at graduation this year. I don't even think any kid in high school was in high school during COVID.
God.
They were like in 7th grade. Elena, question?
I was going to ask, what's your opinion on Nico Imalaviava leaving Tennessee and going to California for an NIL deal?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's one of the best things that's happened to college athletics because it's not straightened it up by any means.
Drew a line in the sand.
It has drawn a line in the sand of saying you're not going to put us in this position and you benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like it that I think a lot of this has to do with Nico and his family and his entourage, and he realized how the business world works.
Yep.
And I not only do I think he lost $1.5 million, I think he hurt himself in the next 12 to 24 months when it comes to the NFL draft because you saw it this past year with Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Teams don't want to be associated with those type.
I agree.
Athletes and their family.
And if I'm Tennessee, I'm hey, he was a good player, whatever. See ya.
Yep.
I mean, he's not somebody you want in the locker room if that's what you're worried about. And there was talk that he was threatening to sit out of the playoff game. Come on, man. That's
heard
BS.
it way too much last year that it was like the renegotiations and all that. It's just like at some point you're either in or you're out.
We've talked about this before too, and I wish we would have. And we do this as a show. We try to tell you exactly what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're hearing how bad of a teammate. Not really how bad of a teammate, how he would not be at NIL type agreements. He wouldn't be at locations and appearances and those type things. That kind of tells you that this guy, which I understand with the money that's being thrown out, and hey, if my son or daughter at some point in time, they're going to give them $4 million, I get it.
Hey, y'all should hear the NIL offers that Waylon's already getting.
It's
I've been told they're way up there.
Yeah, it's
Brew
huge.
Bond.
Yeah.
Brew Bond is big
time,
numbers.
big money.
Well, Elena pointed out something today that I never really thought about, which was that she's on campus when all this is going down and Nico makes this decision. And basically, you said it today, he was kind of a pariah on campus once he made that decision. Was there any rumors during the season that people were like, "Hey, was there
indication this was who this cat was?"
I mean, you were probably closer to it. Were there some people saying this guy's kind of a prima donna a little bit?
Absolutely. People from the beginning were saying how unhappy he looked in Tennessee.
He did
how
always
he's
look
always
pissed.
wished to go back to California, especially for his dad and being closer to his family.
Okay.
I think it was well known around campus that he was not happy at Tennessee.
So he was kind of like a 1 foot out the door kind of guy for
the
even
whole
2 years.
time. I think we all sensed it.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting to me because Elena pointed that out today, and I was sitting there thinking about it. We even talk about this because he made so much money. We kind of associate him with a guy that you're like, hey, you got to take a little bit of it. He's got to take the medicine, because you make a lot of money. But then when I thought about that, and Elena said, man, like people are pointing at him on campus, and hey, you just need to get out of here. Why are you still here? Taking pictures at him in the mall, and I'm like,
dang,
man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there thinking, Elena's a freshman. That guy's a sophomore. And you're sitting there thinking, I'm like, hey, if Elena over there and had an NIL deal, and all of a sudden she decides, you know what, Miami's feeling like the better place to be. I'm leaving, and they're doing that to her. I'm like, man, I would feel bad. I would feel bad for her, but I never. I was like, I don't think I ever. He's like, I don't think I ever felt bad for him.
I think it's one of those things that we're going to think about that I would think about going forward. If there was no money involved, would Nico have came to UT?
No.
So he didn't go to the school he needed to go to at the beginning.
I agree.
He only went to the University of Tennessee because there was a 7-8 figure contract laying in front of him. I mean, he's a West Coast kid.
He is. And
that's who he is.
Saying too, yeah.
So that's something I think that coaches need to figure out too. Hey, you've got to put talent on the field. There's no doubt that the young man's talented, but he's not a kid that fits with your program, and the only reason he's fitting is because what you're putting in his back pocket.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's easier for basketball because you know those guys. They can go pro right after the first year.
Yeah,
so you know those guys are 1 year hired guns. You get a quarterback, you're hoping that guy's going to be in your program for 3 years.
Especially a quarterback.
Especially
a quarterback's what you build around.
Yeah, and you're building around that guy. You have to know that he's bought into your program for 2 or 3 years. Like they're going to bring in one of the number one quarterback next year, the kid from North Carolina. You got to hope that when you make that investment, that kid's not going to say, year to year, I'm going to need to renegotiate. You know, it kind of goes like, I think, what was it? What was the Adam Sandler movie where Mr. Deeds, where he finds out that he's the football owner, and the guy comes up to him and he goes, I need to renegotiate my contract. I was the champ, and he was like, well, can we renegotiate your contract if you play terrible? He's like, no. He's like, hey, I mean, you gotta have a little bit of, there has to be a loyalty to the school you're signing with.
And it was an $8 million contract.
Yeah, it's not like he was.
He was set to earn $2.4 million.
I was going to say it's not like he was underpaid, but actually, when the going price of SEC quarterbacks, he kind of was underpaid by the end of the year.
Which is wild.
He's underpaid for an SEC starting quarterback. He wasn't underpaid for the production that he gave you as an
that was
SEC
my thing. It's like,
quarterback.
was he really that guy? It's like, all right, if this guy leaves, it sets our program back. I don't think.
No, I don't think it does. Hey, but I'll throw this to Trev since he's a Georgia guy. Does it bother you that Beck left?
No.
Have you heard a lot of Georgia people
No.
say that's where I'm going is you kind of heard that Beck was a prima donna.
Mm-hmm.
Prima donnas,
you could see it
most of the time, don't lead you to a lot of victories in those type things.
He was trying to. He had his eyes on one of the twins down there at Miami. Man, he had to get down there.
How'd that go for him?
I think he'll probably
rebound just fine.
I think he'll figure it out, man. So yeah. All right, guys. Anything else that we got to do here? Hey, we did. Do you want to try to throw out the new segment? Maybe. I mean, you said
you want to try it.
I don't. I mean,
we've got to have a sponsor.
We need a sponsor.
We got to have a sponsor.
I have no idea what we're talking.
You hadn't heard about this?
No. I must have missed a lot.
It's going to have to be an OT.
Yeah, it's got to be an OT.
Yeah.
Well, it's all over it's been all over the internet for years.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, the moment where you think that this guy this week, that nobody can do it worse.
That Jeremy Hamilton is pushed this topic to the forefront. That's the only thing you're going to see is Jeremy Hamilton versus Raul Chastain. And then all of a sudden,
somebody says, hold my beer.
Oh, the whole
the hold my beer segment.
We need the hold my beer segment.
The person in Warren County or somewhere that's just saying, hey.
Somewhere?
Just saying. Somewhere. That says, hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
I got y'all covered.
I got this. I got this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because
we're gonna find us a sponsor, and it's coming.
Back to your rant. Is there anything you want me to ask Raul tomorrow? Or I think Elena's going to ask a couple questions too. Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Here's what I would ask Raul. What was your end game? What was your end goal? When you make that comment, what do you think is happening when the community hears about this? How do you think that's going? How do you? That'd be what I asked. What's your end goal?
Yep.
What was your end goal?
I think that's a good question.
Elena, you got any? You don't want to spoil your.
Yeah,
questions.
I was gonna say don't.
You come up with a couple. You ready? Elena's a pro, man.
Don't make her give up her fastball.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm already brainstorming right now.
Hey.
And so is my mom. She's in on it.
Oh, here we go.
Mama bear.
Hey, I did tell Elena that I'm going to be the day that I'm gone. The first day I'm gone in June is going to be a Friday, and that's usually father and son Friday. I think we do mother and daughter Friday instead. Let Elena host and let her bring her mom in, and they could do the show. And then I'll be gone that Monday and Tuesday. I think you and Elena do it on Tuesday. And then Rob and her can do it on Monday.
I've already got the boot. Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
You can come in too.
Nah, hey, it's all good. I mean, hey.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Man,
Trev.
I'm joking.
He's playing. He went spoiled milk on us.
joking,
Trev.
Man.
I'm joking.
Getting sensitive with that new haircut, Trev.
Oh,
Hey, we got one for you after the show. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
You're going to like this right here, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but hey, this is the Warren County Sports Authority. We appreciate everybody stopping in. And hey, the Warren County Sports Authority is powered by Reddick Brown Ford.
Power stroke power.
Vroom, vroom.
We'll be back next week.